Can I go get food? Have we started? Can I go get food?
Get food! You already got food! Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome! It's a new year, but we're going to be talking about last year.
Yes, it is!
Yes, it is! Anywho, I am Andy Quad, and with me as always is Liam Dunn.
No, you're not meant to introduce me first. How are you still getting this wrong? At this point of the game! You introduced me last! Who do you introduce after you?
With me is Sam Brooks.
Help me. Please help me. I don't want to be here with these two, but it's all we got.
And then there's Liam.
Can I go get food really quickly?
No, you can't go get food. You just made yourself a freaking sandwich.
I can see the kitchen. I'll just be like 5 seconds.
No. You're not getting yourself a goddamn sandwich.
I've already had a sandwich. I just want to get some, like, I don't know what I've got in there.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah,
I've got crisp.
Sit there and think about it for the next 7 hours when we're doing a show, all right? Just shut up. So, hi, welcome to the Suplah. If you've never seen this before, we talk about professional wrestling.
Oh, what a way to start off Suplah 2018, Andy. What a great way.
Of this, everybody. Welcome to the Starship Pain.
That's a reference.
Yes. Do you know to who?
John Morrison or Johnny Impact or whatever the hell his name is.
That'll do. Johnny Ring of Honor, as he's soon to be known. I don't fucking know. So it's a new year. Yes, it is. And what do we do at the start of every year?
We look back at last year.
Fucking hell, yes, we do. We look back at in this case, 2017. And the awards have kind of changed a little bit, but we're not going to dive straight into that. We're going to start off with a couple of other important things.
Such as?
The predictions that we gave for 2017. And let's also reflect on 2017 as a whole. What happened in the last year? Just a ton of shit.
We got the United Kingdom Championship.
Which was won by Tyler Bate.
And then Pete Dunne. And then kind of just... The thing is, it didn't really...
Doesn't exist.
Yeah, well, it did exist because it showed up in NXT. But I think because their idea of having... Well, I mean, we've got to go back to kind of New Year's Eve 2016, going into 2017. And what the problem there was with World of Sports. World of Sport was meant to be a thing. They had a pilot on New Year's Eve and joined them, and then nothing happened. So WWE kind of, although they said they never competition to World of Sport, because World of Sport never went any further than a pilot over a year ago, WWE kind of didn't see it as a priority anymore. So it just kind of shows up every now and then on NXT. And it's basically, I would like to say, it's kind of like a traveling intercontinental championship at this point, because now you're getting Americans competing for the belt. So it's basically a mid-card belt.
Yeah, they fucked up that shit, like, royally. Like, I don't know what's preventing them from doing, like, a dedicated UK show that's, like, an hour. 205 Live was easy to put together, and they did that, and they're still doing it. They're even going on tour with it, so...
Although one of the shows has been cancelled because of routine problems and schedule issues. Quote, not really actually the issue. It's probably low ticket sales.
Even though they advertised Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt for these tours, are either of them cruiserweights? I don't think so.
Well, they've also got some of the women going over. I think Nia Jax is going to be the special guest referee for one match as well.
Yeah, famous cruiserweight Nia Jax, right? What?
So I think 205 Live is a different beast to the UK division, because the thing is that 205 Live essentially replaced what was WWE Superstars of the show. It's an hour-long show. Instead of it being at the front of SmackDown, it's now at the back. It's not really too much of an extra production cost for them. It's just, okay, well, we've got a little bit more marketing to do for this brand new show. That's not even really its own brand, because they show up on Raw. Why? And then I feel so sorry for them. They have to go over to SmackDown the next. Oh God, that must be. Anyway, the point is, it's not really too much of an issue. Whereas you've got the UK show, that is an entirely different show. It'll have to have a different setup, and it's in a completely different country. And then you've got some of the issues where, you know, some of the problems that you had that was plaguing 205 Live, where you don't really have recognizable star names. I know amongst the wrestling fans, that's fine. And that's probably who they'll cater to. But if they wanted to go to like television or even to try and bring in fans that aren't wrestling fans, but know of WWE, they're not going to know who Joseph Connors is or Mark Andrews or any of those people. They're going to know John Cena, Randy Orton, Triple H. Those are the characters that they know. So it's a really different beast. I personally think that they should, expand their relationship with ICW, expand their relationship with Progress and the other companies that they've been using. And whenever there's a WWE division match or WWE United Kingdom Championship match, take that, make a week show out of it, or a month show. Doesn't even have to be a full week, a monthly special, and there you go. You've got something.
Put it on the network.
Put it on the network. Put it on the network.
They even did like a fucking thing in Norwich where they had patio furniture as for fucking chairs. Like, what happened with that? It was like a United Kingdom special where Mandrews fought Pete Dunne, and it was a good match, but nothing since. But whatever. UK division. Good luck with that in this year. What else happened in January? I actually have a couple of notes here from the past couple of months. Past 12 months, to be exact. What's that, Andy?
Can I tell you something? So Jeff Jarrett rejoined TNA in January.
It was called TNA in January.
Oh my God.
What else happened in January? Kurt Angle joined the Hall of Fame. Well, he was announced to be joining the Hall of Fame. So big shock.
It's essentially made it fact that he was coming back to the company.
Indeed. Cassius Ohno made a return at the NXT tapings. King Neville ascended to the Cruiserweight throne where he would stay for a couple of months. Orton won the Royal Rumble and Mickie James came back to SmackDown. Wow, do a lot of those things just not matter anymore? It's almost as if Neville left. It's almost as if Mickie James is in the ether, disappeared. She's now invisible. And Orton winning the Rumble. Oh, fuck.
What a waste of time that was.
What a
I'm going to discuss this later on in the show.
Yes.
I think you'll know what I'm going to nominate it all for.
Yes, William, yes.
So
Meanwhile, in February, you had Bray Wyatt win the WWE Championship by pinning AJ Styles and John Cena clean in the same night.
Right. Great.
And he's now Sister
Very
Abigail. Very promising title reign that was, right?
Yeah.
The Festival of Friendship happened. One of the most highly talked about segments of the year in February. Rollicking good start. And they filmed the Page movie on Raw, where The Rock came out and phoned CM Punk, his good old buddy. What the fuck? And that movie still isn't out yet, although it's still being made, so
movies take a long time to make. He was ranting to me the other day, Andy, about the Slender Man movie. He's like, "Oh, it's 7 years too late." It's like, take a long time, Sam. It's not like
7 years, though.
We're gonna make a Hollywood blockbuster movie in 2 weeks. Like that's not how it works.
We're gonna make.
I can't wait for the Fidget Spinner movie in 2023.
Oh well, it's what it is. It's what it is.
Hey.
They can't.
Anyway, March. TNA kind of broke down because the Hardys, Drew McIntyre, Mike Bennett and Maria, and Mia Yim all left TNA. Where are they now?
NXT/SmackDown/ just generally WWE.
They're all in WWE. Who the funk it?
Yeah, and I was going to bring up. I was going to say because also weren't the Hardys? They left TNA in 2017, didn't they?
Yes,
they did.
And it's like Mr. Burns and that fucking up to yes. Right.
Goldberg won a world title.
Yes.
Okay, this is what we say when Andy tries to he finds something that we laugh at and then he just does it repeatedly, constantly, anytime he gets a chance.
Forever.
It's just like, guys, I know you're talking about Bray Wyatt. Do I say it like a goose? Aha! It's like why are we talking about that, Andy? Why do you care?
Wait, they're talking about Bray Wyatt. I know what I'll do. Dab! Brilliant.
That's what he does. Duck.
Great. Aleister Black debuted in March, and he's since gone on to be undefeated still in NXT.
And
Good
has
for
the
him.
greatest theme song in the history of life.
Very strong entrance theme. One of my favorites of the year. Mauro Ranallo took a leave of absence to later return as a commentator for NXT. Good to see things worked out well for him. Yeah, the whole JBL hazing controversy really kicked up at the end of March.
God, yeah, I remember that.
And it caused JBL to eventually leave commentary, I think, around SummerSlam. So it took a while for it to really kick up. But hey, we don't have to listen to Ball Game Maggle anymore, so...
Ball Game
Maggle!
And April, WrestleMania, The Undertaker retired. And the Hardys came back.
The Hardys came back. That was a big thing, because...
And Liam Dunn went completely mental.
Shush. The thing is, the Hardys wasn't WWE's fault, because they returned, they won the tag titles, and then kind of nothing really happened for them. But it's because I feel like WWE was kind of sat waiting for them to get the rights to do the the Woken universe now. So it's not anything, it's not WWE Creative's fault. It's just like, that's clearly what the fans wanted. They wanted Broken Matt. They couldn't do it because of legal reasons. I know I'm jumping ahead to December, but we finally got him in December. So, yeah.
There you go. For Revival, Shinsuke Nakamura and Ty Dillinger made their main roster debuts, and okay, only one of those kind of did anything worthwhile.
The Revival got injured.
Revival got injured. Ty Dillinger aptly spent about 10 minutes on the main roster before vanishing.
10 minutes.
He's super over. And of course, the Superstar shakeup. He did. I think he did, you know. But at the end of April, we have the Superstar shakeup, which led to the modern day Maharaja Jinder Mahal being quietly drafted to SmackDown. This is where the fun starts, because in May, not only did Jinder Mahal win the WWE Championship and became the 50th WWE Champion, DIY also broke up that month.
Yeah, WWE was breaking up a lot of tag teams in 2017. Have you noticed? And
yet the tag division has remained excellent in the matches that have happened.
Yeah, it's very strange. Because it's like, I think Enzo and Cass broke up in May as well.
No, that happened in June, aptly enough.
Oh, sorry. Apologies. I'm jumping ahead.
That's fair enough. I remember, actually, it was when I was in City Hall, because that happened in June. The day that I left, I think it was a Tuesday. It must have been, because we were watching Raw, and we were watching the segment where Big Cass turned on Enzo. And I remember we were all just like, oh, great. This will be good, won't it?
These two are going to go nowhere now.
Big ass. I love it. What else happened in June? Mike and Maria came to WWE, and that's just a case of poor timing for everybody.
Yeah, that is incredibly poor timing.
Because one of them has a pill addiction, and one of them got pregnant. Have fun guessing which is which.
Mike Bennett is pregnant.
But it's so sad because they you know, they were somewhat of a big deal in Impact, and I think I was very excited at the prospect of the two of them bringing their gimmick to WWE. And they have such a great theme song. It's so cheesy, but it's so like 80s power ballad cheesy. I love it.
It's the best.
And then Mike Bennett had a couple of matches on SmackDown, and then Maria kind of got pregnant, and then it came out that Mike was recovering from being a pill addict, and it's just kind of, it is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. I hate to be. Well, you say that. I hate to be the guy with bad news. I don't think they're going to last longer. I would be surprised if they make it to the end of this year on the roster. They'll bring it up at the next end of year awards and be like, Liam was wrong. So.
Maybe. But, okay, here's an interesting part. I'm reading from a docket in case you can't already tell. I only have one thing written down for July. Great Balls of Fire.
What a load of crap.
You mean eat balls?
Yeah. That now legendary event where, fuck. What happened to what happened to Great Balls again? Joe versus Lesnar?
No, wait, we're missing out the key part of Great Balls of Fire. Can we point out that Kurt Hawkins and Heath Slater co-main evented the pay-per-view?
Oh yeah, they did.
That was weird.
What a great event.
It went my brain and I read in my brain.
I shake my brain and I rattle my brain.
There was a controversy that they were doing this pay-per-view and they hadn't got the rights to use the song in the name.
LOL, Carney as fuck.
I gotta use the song.
Yeah, all right, okay, you've done that 3 times now. None of us laughed at any point. Do you think maybe you should stop that now? Do you think maybe you should try a different joke?
I'm going to keep doing the same joke till you laugh at it.
They
didn't laugh. Maybe they didn't hear me.
What's happening now? So I win. Next month, Sam.
It's flat. So August. JBL retired, Bobby Roode got called up, and Adam Cole made his debut in NXT. I would say along with Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, but they debuted earlier, and I forgot to write that down, so whatever. Yeah, Undisputed Era in NXT. They won the first ever War Games that happened in 17 years. War Games came back.
Yeah, the first WWE War Games.
What the fuck was that? It was awesome, is what it was. I know we're jumping ahead a bit here, but yeah, I'm glad that Adam Cole and Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly are actually doing well in NXT. Like, Fish and O'Reilly are the tag champs now. They're pretty great. And Cole is probably going to move on to good things as well. So, no complaints about that.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't actually know who Adam Cole was, nor do I still kind of understand why everyone loves him and where this has all come from.
He's like Shawn Michaels, but not. He kind of had to be there for his Ring of Honor run.
I was going to say, because to me, he just looks like a small, skinny Drew Galloway.
Wow.
Who looks like a weird Scottish Triple H. It all goes back to Triple H.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah, Bobby
Triple H is just hiring his doppelgangers and his clones from various parts of the world.
Think about also, Cassius Ohno kind of looks like a 2006 sort of Triple H, if you think about it.
Got really fat.
When he got really fat and had tits.
Yeah.
Titty H. That's my favorite one.
It's all about the tits and how you play with them. Sorry.
It's all about the tits.
Stop. No, just don't. You just did it. You don't need to add on to it. That's
problem, all right?
We know. We're trying to help you.
Like, you can't be helped.
So, September. Neville quit. And he still hasn't come back.
What happened to August? Did we just skip August?
That was August.
Oh, fuck.
Numbnuts.
August didn't exist. Blank. Redacted.
No, wait, we did August.
Yeah, we just did August. I scrolled too far down the docket. Yeah, we did August. That was Adam Cole. September, Neville quit. Still never came back.
Break.
Might be coming back. He might be coming back. But we don't know. We don't know anything. We just guess. That's the fun part. I think he will. I think there's room for an agreement there, and I know history is doomed to repeat itself. Punk never came back. Ryback never went Ryback. So, who knows? Maybe Neville is destined to go back onto the Indies and maybe go to Japan. Who knows? But, I don't know. I feel like the Cruiserweight division is very empty without him.
Yeah, I feel like that. Enzo doesn't have the same presence that I think Neville had. And I'm not sure about Hideo Itami. I feel like because of the amount of injuries he's had, a little bit of his shine has kind of become rusted, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, that's what you get for hiring him at the tail end of his career also. Yeah. Like, he might have been one of the best talents in the world when he was in his prime, but
his prime
really
was
not
like,
anymore.
His prime was like 13 years ago, 12, 13 years ago.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Not great. Not great, guys. But, you know, October, more things happened.
Ooh.
Sami Zayn turned heel and everyone cried.
Did they though?
I did. I assume everyone else did
No, I didn't.
because it was an
No,
emotional moment.
I thought it was quite interesting what they're going to do.
Yeah, and granted, they're still proceeding with it, so it wasn't a one-time thing. But you know, he's got a match for the world title at the Royal Rumble, so hey ho.
Let's not complain.
Let's not complain. The Shield reunited. It came out of fucking nowhere, and it's even now, like 2 months later, it seemingly disappeared out of nowhere. Also,
Because Dean got injured, and then so they were just like, okay, well, who's kind of like Dean Ambrose, everyone? Oh wait, Jason Jordan, you're kind of like Dean Ambrose, aren't you?
He's the next generation of great. The next generation of great. He's the next generation of shit. What the fuck was... I don't get it. I don't get what they're doing with him.
We forgot to mention at some point in the summer, Jason Jordan was Angle's son.
Oh, yeah.
Illegitimate son.
I tried to forget that.
The big storyline that was supposed to take Raw through the summer, possibly even to WrestleMania. The big storyline, and no one kind of remembers it and forgets it's even a thing. And when they do get remembered that it's a thing, they all go,
you know why? Because it was handled poorly. It wasn't booked well.
What is it with WWE? Because they fucking tried to do an illegitimate son angle 10 years ago, and then that got put to one side because Benoit killed himself and his family. Right? What is it with them and this fucking idea of illegitimate children? Where's Vince McMahon's weird ideology and fetish of having, I've got children everywhere, or he's got children everywhere. He just doesn't know. And, he just happens to be a wrestler for the WWE. What are the chances? Stop with this bullshit. Just stop with it. It's bullshit shit. It's bullshit shit.
Liam Dunn, 2018.
Put that on a shirt.
That's pretty much the summary.
Shirt. Market it. We'll put it on pillows and mugs. Bullshit shit.
I don't think we can put it on mugs.
We can put it on
pillows is fine, but not mugs.
Yeah, fucking pillows and t-shirts are fine. Mugs. One step too far, my friend. You can't put it on mugs.
Too far. Emma got released.
Poor Emma.
Poor Emma. Could have been something. Oh well. She's doing fine on the indies as Tennille Dashwood.
Formerly known as Emma, where she wants everything. She wants like first class tickets to any show. And like, was it 15 grand or something? I don't know.
Bit too demanding, maybe. Yeah, no. Good luck in 2018.
Reel it back. You want to start, getting those connections now, love.
Indeed, indeed. Instead of having your name as FKA Emma on every single poster that you're appearing for an event for. Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Kurt Angle wrestled for the first time in WWE in 17 years.
And looked like the dad that was participating at his son's cosplay.
I am happy to be here.
Yeah, everyone was looking like so mean like this. And I was like,
It looked like, honestly, his son and his son's best friend had decided to go to Comic-Con and they wanted to go as the Shield, but they were missing the third member. And they were like, well, I look like Seth Rollins. I look like Dean Ambrose. Dad, can you be Roman Reigns? Yes, son. Yes, I can. And then Jason Jordan's just crying in the corner because they're like, they're taking my dad away. And he's like, no, don't worry. We'll give you a tag reign later. Just hold on. Don't just be, wait. Just wait. Stop. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just waiting for that to stop. I just want to see where that would go. Good job. Let's just rush through the rest because I forgot to take notes about this. November, AJ Styles ended the reign of horror from Jinder Mahal, and everybody cheered. Jericho was booked at Wrestle Kingdom.
what?
The fuck? Turned out pretty well. The match was great.
I paid New Japan.
Well, you're finally on the winning team, Andrew.
Yeah, and I won't.
And you're probably never going to watch any other event.
I was going to unsubscribe, but then something happened, and I was like, "LOL." Guess I'm going to keep paying them until that other match happens.
Yeah, and then December happened. Fuck it. Who cares, right?
Bro!
We don't know what happened in December. It was only like December was only like a week ago, so we don't really need to recap what happened a week ago.
Everyone knows that shit happens that I've forgotten about completely because short-term memory. We have a chat. I just realized we have a chat here with people in that we've neglected to mention for a half an hour. Lovely. Wonderful.
Good man. You're the greatest.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. We have Troy Dixon, Bullet Club vs. Shield, Woofy the Bloodhound, Alex King, and Void Storm. Hello. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. Feel free to leave your picks for the awards down below.
Come on, I think. Oh, have we got a list of what the awards are in the description? Got a list?
We do.
Fantastic. So if you, we'll put it down now. So if you go down and look in the description, Sam should have put a complete list of the awards that we'll be doing today. So if you would, we're not. But it's not just the three of us. We would like to hear what you guys have to say. You might have some different opinions as to who the best wrestler and the worst wrestler and the best match and the worst match. You might think of things that we don't think of, and it's something we can all discuss. So leave it in the chat and we will talk about it.
Indeed, indeed. But first...
I can't see that.
Well, maybe I didn't. Fuck it. Who cares, right? We'll figure it out as we go along. But
make up your own awards.
Just do it. Favorite dick of the year.
Wow, be careful. There's some people that might take that a bit too, like, the wrong way.
I don't know whose nudes have been leaked, Liam. Anyway, we all predicted shit for 2017, and some of it was right. A lot of it was wrong. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's start with us here. Yeah. Liam.
Oh!
Yep, at the last end of your awards, you said Chris Jericho will win the Royal Rumble.
I was wrong.
You were wrong.
Way off. Well, no, I had some logic. I had some logic to that, but he didn't.
Yeah, but it's just the WWE didn't.
Yeah, and he didn't even appear in the Royal Rumble, and yet Roman Reigns did, even though he had a title match earlier.
Jericho was in the Rumble, wasn't he?
Don't think so.
I think he was.
I think he.
I'm pretty sure he was.
Let me have a look.
I'm pretty sure he was down to like some of the final few, even.
Let me have a look, because now I'm intrigued because I didn't think he was. I thought everybody was like, why was Roman in it, even though he had a title match earlier?
Well, Chris Jericho didn't have a match earlier that night, I don't think.
No, but he was in he was locked in a cage.
Oh yes, he was.
Yeah, but he was in a shark cage. That doesn't mean he was in the actual match itself.
Hang on, I'm having a look.
Yeah. But either way, he didn't win.
2017, so. The year of the shark cage.
Yeah, it happened way too many times, and it wasn't even great half the time.
Sorry, I was wrong. He was number 2. Wow, he was number 2? Wow,
he was number 2, apparently.
He was number 2. And he lasted an hour. 1 hour and 13 minutes, to be exact.
Great. Good performance,
To be fair, me and Andy were really sloshed at this point.
Yes, I wasn't.
Probably. So, what else did you say? Finn Balor will regain the World Championship. No. He never even got a rematch.
No, he didn't. I was way off. Again, I had logic.
Yeah, it's just, again, WWE does not.
Yes, exactly.
Unfortunate. And you said that WrestleMania 33 will be better than WrestleMania 32. You were totally right.
I was right. I was so on the ball with that one.
You got something right.
You did it!
Good job. Let's go to what I said. I only gave one prediction because I think my reasoning was that wrestling is too crazy to really predict anything. But I said...
Even that's a prediction.
Yeah, I know. I said Samoa Joe will win the World Heavyweight Championship.
Ha ha ha!
Fucking Brock, right? He came close.
I think we should give Sam 1 point for getting the prediction of wrestling being too crazy to predict. I think we should give him that as a prediction, and it should be correct, because who would have guessed Jinder Mahal being WWE champion?
Or Kurt Angle returning to wrestle and then joining the Shield for one night.
All right, we'll give him.
Okay, I think at least half a point for that, because although he didn't name specifically, he said it was going to be crazy, and who would have thought in a year's time that's what we'd be discussing?
Indeed. But, Joe, he had a match at least. He just didn't win.
He had a match.
He had 2 matches. He had one singles match, and he was in that fatal 4-way, which both were good, but oh well. That was close.
I think the fatal 4-way surprised me at actually how good it was.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying it's one of the best matches of the year. So there you go. That's something to look forward to later. Carmine was there. He's not here today, but he was here last time, and he said, John Cena.
Did he get lost at the Suplah shack, like trying to get home? He has this thing where he either can't make it or he gets lost on the way home.
I feel like he needs a GPS for Christmas.
I think, yeah, we'll get him that next year.
We will. He said John Cena won't be a 16-time World Heavyweight Champion. Wrong. He was in denial. He was in such fucking denial about that, and it happened.
3 weeks after he made the prediction.
No, it wasn't even a month. John Cena was champion for 2 weeks.
But
what the fuck
Carmine made the prediction, and then 3 weeks later, Cena became a 16-time champion.
Yeah. Denial. He also said that Baron Corbin will win the World Heavyweight Championship. Oh, good God, Baron Corbin.
So close. He was so close to getting that right.
Fucking Jinder, dude. Fucking Jinder.
Who would have guessed Jinder, though? No one would have guessed that.
Jinder wouldn't have guessed Jinder. Like, are you sure you want to do this? I'm not that good. And it's just like, no, damn it, you're fine.
You sure, Vince?
Yes, damn it.
Okay.
Cool.
Opening up an India, damn it.
But
I'm Canadian. I don't care. Shut up.
You're brown, it works.
Well done, you made him cry. Andy.
Yeah, what stupid things did I predict?
The Shield will reunite for another run.
Yeah, I was correct.
Right.
Who the fuck do you know? Do you know Dave Meltzer? Like,
No.
How did you get that?
Fuck,
Andy
Came out of nowhere.
Andy is Dave Meltzer.
You've let the cat out of the bag. Shut up.
Well, I mean, a broken clock is right twice a day, so maybe this is just one of those times. You also said that TNA would decline in quality, and you were right. TNA did decline in quality quite heavily.
Well, yeah.
Point where it rebranded. It just don't exist anymore. It was GFW, but now it's just Impact. Because that's a good idea.
GFW Impact. In that order. Literally how it went.
I can't fucking believe the shit that they did this year. Balor will win the Rumble? He wasn't even in it.
Andy was like, he'll come back early. No, Andy.
He will, because I say
he got
so.
injured in
I am
August.
Dave
He'll be out for like 6 to 8 months. He'll come back early. No, all right, fine. All right, whatever you say.
He also said that Daniel Bryan will face The Miz. We told you were wrong when you said that at the start. Like, you didn't have to wait a year for that to be proved wrong. You dumb idiot.
Shut up. I got more right than everyone else.
Did he? I think he got 1 right.
I got 2 right.
Fuck. He'll never live that down. He'll be like, hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to the Suplah with me, the Force Future Seer.
I am.
It's like,
just show
yeah,
one.
I am. You are.
But I am. God's sake.
Fucking shit show. Right. So that was 2017. What a fucking weird year.
What a glorious year that was. By glorious, I mean absolutely horrible.
Yeah, let's reflect back on it, I suppose, and start with the awards. Stop. Please stop.
Prepare for 5 hours of ranting and arguments.
Just like every live show.
Prepare yourself.
So,
yep.
Let's start with the best and worst wrestlers. Now, this is the thing. We've taken a step towards equality.
Yes.
And we have decided that there will be 1 award.
For everybody.
For everybody. For both men and women.
You get an award.
We're doing our own women's revolution, but with no Stephanie McMahon, who's in towering high heels, making every other woman look tiny.
She's like Giant Gonzalez. With a vagina.
More annoying.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to give the best wrestler award to 1 male and 1 female, and the worst wrestler award to 1 male and 1 female. So, How's
I
that
thought
for
we,
your
no, I
bargain?
thought we were just doing. I thought it was just like whoever.
Yeah, might as well just do
It
it
can
for.
be a man or.
Might as well do it for a man and a woman, because I guess
Then
they're
we don't
both
have equality.
distinct.
Then we don't have
Well,
equality.
fuck,
Not equality.
fuck it. We tried. Never said
You
we were
thought
good at it.
2017 Tumblr jokes were bad? Let's get started.
We tried. Best wrestler. What order do we want to do this in? Maybe Andy, Ben, Liam, Ben, myself.
Okay. So,
Oh, typically puts himself last because he's the most important.
All right, Liam, you go last. Christ.
why do I have to go first?
Because fuck you, Andy. That's why.
Okay, so I'll go first then. So, my best male wrestler of the year is a man.
If you say Derek, you're out.
Is
You're
a
gone.
man
He's gonna say
who is
that. He's totally gonna say
who
that.
has been a consistent, fantastic performer, having great matches with practically everyone he's had a match with. He's actually even had a really good match with somebody that I don't like. And he is the face that runs the place. He is the
Derek.
phenomenal AJ
Derek.
Styles. And
Derek.
not Derek. All right, I'm not going to do Derek, okay? Jesus.
Good, because you can't
To be
even
fair,
name a match Derek had this year, even though he
I
had
was gonna say,
several.
Derek retired in the summer. Let just leave the memories alone. All right, don't change a
No,
thing.
Derek is in Brawl. Derek is in Brawl now.
But he retired. So Brawl is not
didn't.
non-canon. Brawl is non-canon because none of us look that fucking buff. Sorry to break it to everybody, but none of us look like that. So it's not canon.
I do. Just
Right,
kidding.
so-
No.
So he's
I
nominated-
do! Believe me!
Please.
Not going to say anything else. Just believe me. Well done.
I'd love it
Fuck's
if
sake.
Carmine. I'd love it if Carmine would just change everything about Andy Corn's Brawl character to Roman Reigns, and he comes out wearing a Roman Reigns vest, and just he comes out to Roman Reigns' theme song, and just everything Roman Reigns. I want Carmine to do that.
Hey, Carmine, if you're
Nope.
listening, which you're not, you know what to do. So AJ Styles, eh? Good shout. What about women?
I will go for Alexa Bliss.
Nah, of course. Who else?
Why
would
do
it
you
be?
know, of course?
Oh, she is fit. Great.
No, she's had good matches, and she's a great character, and she's really good.
She has babies.
And what?
Who said
Danny just
that?
felt his voice. The wall's talking.
The wall, it sounds like a girl.
The wall's talking.
Am I going insane?
I just like the idea that the wall has to point out that she has boobs.
Shut up, Paul!
I've seen everything, Andy. Everything.
I will objectify women for you.
What's that? The walls are talking. Anywho,
Stop talking to the wall. We're right
I'm talking to
here.
the wall. Anyway, so Tom, what's your four peoples?
All right. Everyone's gonna bat about the name like Styles. Like, yeah, he's great. He's really good. But whilst he is my favorite wrestler, I think there's someone in WWE who's been a bit more entertaining for me this year, and his name is Braun Strowman.
I thought you were saying Jinder Mahal for a second. I thought you were
No.
in troll.
I'm not Carmine. No, yeah, Braun. Every segment that he's been in has been amazing. He tipped over an ambulance, and I fell in love with him.
And
He
he's
had
also
me at
not done
tipping
with
over
you.
the ambulance, and he's not finished with you.
Done with you.
No, finished.
Is it done or finished?
It's finished. Thanks, Andy. We're done with you. So, yeah, Braun. And in terms of women, I'm going to throw a curveball here, and I'm going to say Kairi Sane. Someone who showed up in sort of the middle part of the year, but has since gone on to be who I think is one of the best baby faces in the company. And all of their matches have been enjoyable.
Is that the lady that does the really big elbow drop?
She's the pirate.
Yes.
Yes. The pirate lady with the wheel who goes like this. Elbow.
Elbow, not airbow, elbow.
This is what we mean about these fucking jokes, everyone. This is what we're talking about, is fucking jokes.
I don't do that.
So, Liam.
So I'm going to go. I agree with Sam. It's not my vote, but I agree with Sam. Braun has been he's been very surprising in terms of how good he's actually been this year and how entertaining he's been. They've really, in my opinion, made him into a star. It was this guy that, when it was announced that he was going to be facing Undertaker at WrestleMania, everyone was like, no, don't do it, which is why he went up against Shane at WrestleMania 22. Now it's turned into Braun versus Undertaker would be a dream match. They've made a star out of the guy. But it takes more than just being made into a star. It takes being the whole package, in my opinion. And I've actually got to agree with Andy. AJ Styles is going to be my pick for best wrestler of the year. I'd like to say best male wrestler because I think equality, everyone should be in the same awards because, 2017 was a bit like weird, but yeah. If I had to pick a woman, I would probably agree with Sam, actually. Kairi Sane. She's probably, in my opinion, she's got one of the most lethal looking elbow drops, and she's so fucking tiny. She's so
small. She's so small and cute.
And she's got one of the most lethal looking, like she looks like she throws everything behind that elbow drop. It's not just like a fall from the thing and it looks like most of the weight's in her hips. Like she looks like she fucking goes for it. I feel sorry for anyone on the receiving end of that elbow drop because that looks like it fucking hurts. So yeah, I'm going to go with Kairi Sane.
She's definitely, I think, one of the most convincing performers in the women's division. Yeah. It's convincing.
And to me, it's that swayed it because Alexa Bliss, as much as I like Alexa Bliss, all it is, well-known move is kind of like a twisting moonsault, which it's fine. Hussein's looks like she fucking throws all of her weight behind that, and it's an elbow drop. Elbow drop. Oh, sorry, we've got a duck in the living room. Right, sorry.
The chat's getting mad at us because we're not reading it. Look, it's hard to get a word in when we're busy talking about the people of 2017. Okay.
I love how Sam just put patience.
Yeah, give me a fucking sec, guys. Jesus Christ. Let's scroll up a little bit. Alex King says Derek Casso 2017. Truth. He says he also misses the GTA moments.
We'll hopefully bring them back. I just need help. Anyone to edit all the streams because my God, there are still so many. We haven't lived together in about 6 months. And
I don't have Premiere anymore.
Oh, well, fucking lucky for someone, isn't it? Oh, I guess that means someone else has to do all the work whilst you just sit there twiddling your thumbs like, I have a girlfriend, I have a job, I have a flat, I've got everything, I do nothing.
I have all the talks. Brilliant. No. YouTube Slots with a 2 says, is Sam hiding the Intercontinental title in his hairball? Don't be jelly that I have rich Lego hair and you're probably balding by the time you hit 20. Keep at it. Troy says, I hate AJ Styles. Cool.
Right.
Oh, he hates AJ Styles because AJ Styles hates gay people, apparently. He is from the South. We've got to cut him a little bit of slack. He is from the South.
Probably races Barbie Jeeps down a really muddy hill on the weekends. Let's just withhold
chasing black cats. You thought I was going to say people then, but
I didn't know what the fuck you were doing.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What in God's name is it that you're doing?
You just went chasing black cats, and I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Are you feeling okay, Liam, or did you suddenly did your brain derp for a second?
Anyway, so we may as well move on,
guys. Since the TNA days, keep up the good work. That's the TNA days. That's like what, 10 years ago? It's a long time.
I mean, the show's about 10 years old, so yeah.
Jesus.
Kudos to you for sticking around this long. Troy says, is there a point to the chat? Yes, there is. For fuck's sake, give me a
Make
break.
your predictions. Make your predictions instead of complaining, and we might talk about your predictions.
Yes.
Janie is here. She says, "Yo, I'm lethal and tiny." Yeah, she's
Yes,
really
she fucking
small.
is. She is. Both
Yes,
lethal and tiny.
Yeah. Well, lethal. About as lethal as a mushroom. Wolfie says, Kyrie Sane is small. Kim says, "Hey, Janie." There you go.
Wolfie's put. AJ has probably mellowed out in regards to gays in recent years. What does it have to do with his wrestling? It's kind of that same thing. It's not quite to the same level, but I guess it's kind of like saying, yeah, Chris Benoit did kill his family. He was still a good
by
wrestler.
The way, YouTube slots. I don't know who Andy Kwan is, so good luck with that.
Yeah, I like how you don't have any rebuttal to his comments. You just have to point out his spelling. Like you're that shit at making comebacks.
Yeah, you have literally no way to make a comeback.
Well, you insult someone, at least get your spelling right. I mean, Jesus.
He has had
coming from the man that has had articles that need to be proofread by 3 people.
I can't say that.
Your fucking master's degree goes to Sam.
Right. God.
Why are you screaming?
I don't know.
Can you just not? And we're caught up with the chat. You happy now?
There you go, people.
So make your predictions.
Best
Who
wrestler.
Was the best wrestler of the year?
Male
Go
or
and put
female.
it in the chat, and then we'll read it out.
Indeed. So, I think let's throw out a couple names actually. Okada in New Japan, fucking phenomenal.
I haven't watched New Japan, so I'm unfamiliar with all his matches. So I think it would be a sellout move to me if I went, yeah, Okada. I've never seen any of his matches, but clearly best wrestler of the year.
Well, I only say that because let me give you a bit of backstory. He started the year as IWGP Heavyweight Champion, and he also ended the year as that. I don't think anyone in Japanese history has ever done that, or if anyone has done it, it's not been since the Inoki years, back in the 70s. And he's been booked really, really strongly. He's been main champion for over 500 days. Incredible matches, like 5-star matches throughout the entire year. And yeah, people, when you talk about Japan, they're always like, Kenny Omega, Kenny Omega, Kenny Omega. And yes, he's good, but there's having the natural talent that a performer should have. And then there's being booked like you're the next Ric Flair. And the guy is under 30 years old. I feel like his potential is limitless.
I feel like I've wasted everything.
I know, right? You know what's weird? I found this out. No Velveteen Dream down in NXT.
Just don't. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this because it makes me feel like I've done nothing with my life. So just don't. End it there. Also, Okada is 30 exactly, so he's not under 30. He's exactly 30.
Okay, he turned 30 last year. My bad. But you get what I mean. He's just endless potential. NXT has had a pretty good run with some good wrestlers this year.
Really fun fact, going back to Okada, he has the most combined days being IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, he's broken a shit ton of records this year by
he's held the belt for 1,362 plus days
combined.
4 reigns.
Combined. Impressive. He might soon surpass
more than Tanahashi.
Yeah,
more than Tanahashi. The Great Muta. I don't know how to pronounce half of these names. More than Shinsuke Nakamura. More than Vader. Obviously, because he's the fucking longest. So I don't know why I'm pointing this out even further.
He's the longest than everybody, including these people. But yeah, I just feel like he's had a really impressive year, and anyone who watches New Japan will probably agree. But because New Japan isn't consumed by everybody as much as WWE is, I'm more than willing to say Braun. But, Styles, also a good shout. Started the year as champion, also ended the year as champion. We're going to forget everything that happened in between, right? Because that just wasn't good.
The thing is, when people, because I saw on Twitter, and I pointed it out to Sam and Andy in earlier today, and I don't understand why there's this big issue between WWE and fans, and especially like when like a WWE wrestler mentions how much they enjoyed New Japan. Like Ty Dillinger tweeted that he really enjoyed Wrestle Kingdom, and they were giving him shit, saying like, "Oh, you're going to get released for this." It's like, the dude's a wrestler. That's like saying you direct movies, but you don't direct any other. You don't watch any other movie besides your own. Like that's
To
stupid.
play devil's advocate, Jimmy Jacobs appeared with the Bullet Club in a picture, and then they got rid of Jimmy Jacobs.
To play devil's advocate, Chris Jericho is signed to the WWE, and he had a fucking match on the card.
He's actually not signed. He's not signed.
Are you sure? Because I keep hearing reports saying that he's still signed.
No, he's not signed. He's not with the company in any way, shape, or form. He has a good relationship with the WWE, which is why he let Vince McMahon know that he was going to do this. But Vince McMahon was powerless to stop Jericho to do it. Whether Vince gave his blessing or not, he was powerless to stop Jericho. There was no way he could have stopped him because Jericho had left the WWE in the summer at the very latest. So he was out of his 90-day no compete clause. So he's not related to the WWE at the moment at all.
Oh, fair enough. Today I learned, but I agree. Like, we're in a day and age now where more than WWE exists, and you're allowed to know it. So who fucking cares?
I mean, look at fucking the way they treated characters like Shinsuke Nakamura and Bobby Roode and Drew McIntyre and Adam Cole. Like, it's now a thing. I remember 10 years ago when they let CM Punk be on TV as CM Punk. Like, that was a fucking big deal. Like, that was like, holy shit, he's actually going in with, he's not Scotty Goldman or any of that shit. Like, he's actually going in with his indie name. But they didn't mention any of his really, like, his indie stuff. But you'll hear on NXT that they talk about, not quite often, but they'll name drop Ring of Honor, for example. Like, a wrestler being in the indies is no longer a taboo thing for the WWE. So I don't see why them watching New Japan. It's like Ty Dillon just said. People have worked over there that are in the WWE. They've got friends that are fucking AJ Styles went up against Shinsuke Nakamura as a co-main event of Wrestle Kingdom 2015. No, not 2015. Yeah, 2015, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to think then.
Yeah,
It's
it gets
hard for me
confusing because, they use different numbers than we do and everything. But yeah, that did happen.
Yeah.
So, maybe stop giving people shit for saying that, they have an opinion about other companies. Like, it's fine.
I think like the difference between them is Dave Meltzer, Things Are Happening Meltzer, kind of said it best in that WWE has got the business side down. Like, they know how to market. They know how to get people to come in droves to watch them. New Japan's just got the talent. That's the thing. And those are the two comparisons. If they somehow work together, well, fucking hell, that'd be amazing. But
I feel like we're on the road to that, but also at the same time, we could be on the road to having WWE try and snuff them out. So who knows? Maybe let's see what 2018 will bring.
It's the WWE Japan Championship with all Japan wrestlers, which will go nowhere.
Because they just don't want to do it for whatever reason. But anyway, back to the awards. Have we agreed that it is AJ Styles and Kairi Sane for Best Wrestler of 2017?
No.
Well, I was the deciding factor, so yes, that is what it is.
What? So you're going with...
I went with AJ Styles, which was Andy's pick, and I also went with Kairi Sane, which was Sam's pick. So by democracy, 2-1, those were the winners.
And to be fair, Bliss, okay, yes, she's good, but I feel like she's booked a bit too strongly against certain people.
I don't think it's I don't think it's that. I think Andy is voting for her just because she's a hot blonde.
No, it's
the Wall said so. I mean, the Wall said that she has boobs.
The Wall did say so.
The Wall didn't say that. The Wall. I don't have weird walls in this house.
The Wall is quite clearly the truth behind your
statement. The Wall is not talking. Damn it.
Okay, well,
anyway, so can we move on?
Can we move on to the funnest award in all of history, the Worst Wrestler of 2017, male and female?
So,
I wonder who you're all going to pick.
I'm going to pick...
It is a mystery.
I think I should go for female Worst Wrestler, Tamina. And then male Worst Wrestler is a man named Jinder Mahal. Don't know if you heard of him.
Why would we have not heard of him? He was kind of a big deal this year, Andy. I don't know if you missed that.
Well, you wouldn't have heard of him last year.
He's got a point.
True. Okay, Tamina, why?
Nah.
I mean, I understand why, but explain.
Well, apparently she is boring, according to the wall.
So the wall can talk, and then the wall can't talk, but then the wall can talk again. Are these two different walls? What's happening with the walls?
I just figured it out. I've just figured it out. Andy is the fucking creative writer for Raw, because 1 minute it's one thing, and then suddenly it's the completely different thing.
And he also involves listening to the walls and seeing what the walls say.
Okay, there is the...
The walls say that Sasha Banks should hold the world title for 7 days.
Okay, wait. So, basically,
What was that, Barry? The wall's telling me to make what, Barry, just come out with it. To make Jinder Mahal WWE champion. Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. That was a really shit joke. You took your time with that one because you're really slow today, aren't you, Barry? Yes.
Have
Yes,
you gone
I am.
insane? What are you doing? Stop! Jesus Christ. Anyway,
Couple of mentions in chat. We have Baron Snorbing. Cool. Jinder Mahal, Jinder, Lana, oof. Triple H for Survivor Series alone. Tamina, she's nothing. Alex King says Kevin Owens and Sasha Banks.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
I'd like to hear Alex
Controversial.
King's reasoning behind those.
Yes, please. And Troy says AJ Styles. Whoop-de-doo. Liam. Or is it me? It is me? It is me.
I can go
okay.
next. I don't mind.
I'll go next. It's fine. We'll stick to the order. Worst male wrestler. Now, yeah, it's just, a lot of these awards. It's easy to say certain people, so I'm going to elect to ignore that. I will, of course, admit that Jinder was a bad part of the year. No one can deny that. However, I will throw out 2 names of guys that maybe are not in the minds of people who are nominating people for the award. Number 1, Big Cass.
oh, big ass.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, fair enough.
Fucking
Fair enough.
dreadful. I don't know what it is about him, but there's just nothing to him. In the ring, he's the most boring guy ever, and hopefully when he comes back from this injury, he'll be a bit better, but, you know, guilty until proven innocent here, so Big Cass, I'm sorry. And number 2,
Oh,
think about it. For this year, of 2017, he held the World Championship for 2 weeks before losing it to Bray Wyatt. Never got it back. He lost to
oh wait,
Roman
hang on.
Reigns.
Andy's got a text, everyone. Andy's got a
I haven't
text.
got a
Oh,
text.
wait up, hold up.
Show's
Oh,
got to be on pause. Show's got to pause for a minute. We're going to pause
pause.
for a minute. Andy's got to answer this text.
Oh, I heard a phone go off, and it was the wall's phone went off. But
wall
say, can I
phone.
just say Kim's here? He makes my life a million times easier.
That's a weird name to give to a wall. I don't know if they have genders.
The walls don't have names.
So you're
So, yeah.
naming the wall now.
Yeah, I'm naming the wall now. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm naming the fucking wall.
Kim has
Trust
kind of a
integrated
flat
well.
personality.
Oh, back at it with the puns.
Hey. Yeah, also John Cena, he won at WrestleMania. Woo, woo. Didn't really mean anything in the long run though, because it was against The Miz and Morris, so whatever. Lost to Roman Reigns after burying him on the mic. Showed up for Survivor Series for no fucking reason. And he was just really awkward him being there. I just think this year has not been good for Big Match John.
Interesting. And what about winning?
Here's the tricky part. Because there's a couple of women who I could say. But I think it's got to be Lana. It has to be Lana. Because she showed up in June, I think. She was having vignettes airing where she was dancing with a chair and it was weird. Showed up over as hotcakes. Everyone was cheering her because I think she's quite attractive. I feel like that's the only reason why. But showed up, had a couple of matches with Naomi. They were all awful. And now managing Tamina. Why? I don't know. No one else knows. Not even going to pretend to know. So talk about a fucking burnout if I've ever seen it with Lana. But, you know, women's wrestling has been good this year, but it's also had its big downsides. But Lana takes the cake for me.
Interesting. So I'm going to go with my two picks for the male and female worst wrestler of the year. And the male is going to surprise everybody, I think, for my worst pick. Jinder's a bit too much of an easy target. I think we all know he's going to win this, which is why I'm going to throw out a curveball. This is one that you might not expect. And no, it's not Kevin Owens. My worst wrestler of the year, The Undertaker.
Yeah. Oh, what a shit match that was.
The Undertaker.
Yeah, but then again, you could easily blame Roman Reigns.
No,
you could easily blame The Undertaker being really old and having non-existent hips.
That's probably the reason why I'm going for it more, what Sam said, as opposed to, let's blame Roman Reigns for everything, even though he actually had a really good year for matches.
He did.
Like, really surprising. Like, really surprising for a guy that Andy really hates and just he's in denial at how shitty, like, how good he is, and he just keeps going, no, he's shit. No, Andy, he actually had some pretty good matches this year. No, he's shit. No, Andy, he had some pretty good matches this year. No, he's shit. Okay, fine. He's shit, Andy.
That's been Suplah for the past 3 years.
I love how I won that and I didn't even argue. That's what makes it great.
And my favorite thing is I think I was listening to a best of Suplah not too long ago. I think it was 2013. No, I'm wrong. I'm absolutely wrong. It wasn't a best of. It was an episode back in late 2015 that Roman Reigns should be WWE champion because it is his time. And that is a fucking fact. If you go all the way back to kind of October, November time in the Suplah of 2015, you will hear him say that quote. That is an absolute recorded fact. But I'm going with The Undertaker as my worst male wrestler of the year. My worst female wrestler of the year. Again, a little surprising, I think. But I'm going to go with this because of the length that it took to build this entire character. And then in one promo, she just undoes everything.
I know what you mean.
It was like 17 weeks of building. And then she just comes out and goes, no, it's the end of that. I'm back to normal. I'm nominating Emma.
Oh, I didn't think you were going to go with that.
Oh, what did you think I was going to go with?
Bailey.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going.
No, Bailey has had a terrible year. But I've never felt my time be more wasted than with Emma. We had about 17 fucking weeks of Emelina's coming. And then Emelina came, and then she went, no, I'm just Emma. And I'm like,
Emelina came, and then she went.
That was pointless.
Yeah.
What did you knock over?
I knocked over a bottle, but I did it on purpose.
His patience.
Emphasize the point. That's what that's called.
Yeah, and even then, when she did go back to regular Emma, she did fuck all, and then she fought Asuka, and then literally a day after she fought Asuka, it was like, bye.
Yeah,
she just went away. Yeah. That was an awful year to be Emma.
So Emma's going to be and then she goes on the indies, and she's like, I want first class travel everywhere, and I want 15 grand per match. Even though I did nothing in the WWE. She's not like a Hall of Famer. She's not like a Trish Stratus level. Like, bitch, please, reel it back.
It's all about me.
I think she took that a bit too literally.
Yeah. Way to live the gimmick, Emma. Oh, it's sad as well, because she was actually a good wrestler.
It doesn't matter if you're a good wrestler. You could just have a really shit year. And she had a really shit year. And she was my worst wrestler of the year.
Fair point. What is the chat saying? YouTube Slot says she was smoking hot, though.
I mean, she was very, very attractive. That ass. That was
yeah, no one's arguing that she's ugly. We're just saying she had a bad year. That's still true. Yeah, you can be the greatest person.
You could be like, let's be honest, Lana is probably one of the hottest women on the roster. She's fucking shit. Just
Can I do a headlock? No. But do I have really good figure? Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, well, there you go. There you go.
It's wrestling.
She worked well as a manager. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she worked well as a manager.
Really good manager,
if there was going to be like, if we were going to do hottest manager of the year award, Lana would win it. Hands fucking down. It ain't going to Paul Heyman, I can tell you that much, right? It would go to Lana.
I don't know. Have you seen Zelina Vega?
Oh yeah, the NXT girl. Yeah, she's quite.
Who's
and she's actually good at her job. Just saying. But anyway,
okay.
Let's read what else the chat is saying. YouTube Slot says Bailey is just a sad case of WWE dropping the ball. Yeah, pretty much. She got buried to fuck when she tried to go extreme. Oh god, it's just painful to think about. It's just painful to think about, especially considering her match with Banks of Brooklyn. And speaking of people who've had a bad year, Banks, what a bad year. Name a thing she's done other than win the championship, never defend it, and then lose it again within a week.
Oh, no. My favorite is that, the end of 2016, it was like the women's revolution. They're going to be main eventing pay-per-views. They're actually having a Hell in a Cell match. 6 months later, it's Sasha Banks and Nia Jax on the kickoff show. Like, fucking, yeah, great, sure.
Is there a reason for this match to happen? No. Is it going to happen? Yes. Why?
Dunno.
Exactly. That's like half of the women's matches this year. Is there a point? No. Is it happening? Yeah. Why? That's just it. And then you have the really good ones. But oh wait, they're not on the main roster, are they? No, they're in NXT because they actually put forth.
We will ruin them when they come up here.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Hold my beer.
Do you have favorite wrestlers like?
Go on, fucking do your shitty joke first.
Do you have favorite wrestlers like Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, or anyone good? Well, guess what? Prepare to have your hopes and dreams dashed because.
Why is this joke?
Good.
Where was he even going?
Anyone here from out of town? Good. Fucking
my headphones keep coming out my ears.
Oh, boo frickety hoo.
First one.
Problems. Brilliant. Voidstorm says, but Paul Heyman is thick.
Oh, okay.
He's pretty thick.
I can't argue with that.
He's not.
Have you seen that walrus figure? Are you gonna finish that fucking joke, Andy?
No, don't do
What is wrong with him today?
He's not like most.
Oh, I don't know. I was buffering, all right? I don't know.
Is why I always think when we come into one of these shows, I always think deep down, maybe this is the year that Andy changes everything. Maybe he'll be competent at his job and actually be able to do an intro properly and say some funny jokes. Andy is like just getting worse. We need to upgrade the software, and we just keep. It's just like, do you want to upgrade old quad? It's like, no, we'll do it tomorrow.
This reader has a question. They ask, I think Homer gets stupider every year. That's not a question, but here's some evidence. That's what it is. I'm not like most.
All right, move on. God, it's been an hour. I got through one bloody thing.
Oh, it's not my fault. We like to talk. The chat wants to be paid attention to. Christ. Troy says,
it's not like most.
Gel your hair. Why do you want me to gel my hair, Troy? Why is that a thing you want me to do?
I think it'd be a good look for you.
I think you should fuck off. Yeah? We good? We good. All right.
YouTube Slots has said, I love Andy. Feel sorry for him, always getting bullied on the shows.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, right? It's bad.
Kim says,
but the problem is, he then goes.
We don't care what the wall says.
Not like most.
She's not a wall.
She's a person. Walls can be people too. All right, Tumblr, calm down.
We're not bullying him, but whenever he says something, it's just so stupid that we can't help but comment. Like, the walls are talking.
Woofy says, Andy, do some funny jokes. Andy dabs. Great. That's your fucking sense of humor in a nutshell, buddy.
I'm
Burb.
most-
Come on, get over it.
Okay. What did we come to an agreement on? Because we said a bunch of different names, but we never actually came to a committee decision.
We haven't given a decision yet.
Worst male.
Jinder.
I mean, it's gotta be Jinder, right?
I mean, that's what I mean. I knew it was going to go to Jinder. He's the most obvious pick because Undertaker, I think, is deserving, but he's only had one match and it's frail. It was a really bad match. So I threw it out there as a curveball just to get some discussion going. But
That's a fair point. But if
I think we can all admit
the championship had multiple matches.
Yeah, I think we can all. The thing is, Jinder just fucking had literally copy and paste matches for his entire run, and his promos were copy and paste promos. It's like, oh, you Americans hate me because I'm Canadian. No, Indian. Sorry, my bad. I'm Indian, not Canadian.
The one promo that he did that wasn't copy and paste was
really racist.
Super racist.
So to the point
not only that,
even the crowd was going, that's too far. That's too far. Like,
not only that, that happened. And then what did they do next week? Copy and paste. He did the same promo 2 weeks running. They actually doubled down on racism. That'll get him over. No, it didn't. It was awful. But everyone knows this. Worst female. Tamina, Lana, or Emma?
I'm going to go with Lana then.
Yeah, I got to stick with
Lana.
Lana wins!
There we go. So, I'm sorry, Jinder, and I'm sorry, Lana. Maybe 2018 will be better for you, but for now, fuck off, please. Just don't. We don't want you here anymore. But with that being said, let's move on to the best and worst tag team / group stable grouping of people of the year.
All right. Here we go.
This has been a really good year for teams, I think. The tag team division has been on fire, but it's also literally been on fire because everyone has been breaking up. So this will be interesting to see. Andrew, your thoughts?
So for me, the worst group of
the starting with worst.
Year. I'm going to start.
I thought we were starting with best.
No, I'm going worst first.
Okay, fuck it. We're all going worst first then.
So the worst.
Sorry, hang on, really quickly. Are people keeping a track of what the results are? Because then we can read them out next year.
Oh, very true. Oh yeah, we should read last year's results. Fuck me.
Oh yeah.
Last year.
Okay.
Best male and best female were AJ Styles. Okay, fair enough. Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch.
Oh, we gave it to 2 last year.
Yeah. So Styles, Bliss, and Lynch.
Well
wow.
Done.
Lynch really didn't do anything this year.
Yeah.
That's sad. Worst went to, again, 3 people, because we can't decide on anything, apparently. James Ellsworth.
Yes.
Who was released this year. So, good job. And Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that makes sense. Different this year, but, you know, good for you, AJ.
Who was the best and worst team last year, Samuel?
The best team was the Revival. Rightfully so, I think.
Yeah.
There's some really good matches in 2017 too, but we'll get to that. And the worst group last year was the League of Nations.
Oh my god, I forgot all about that!
That legendary
they totally
team.
deserved that one.
They totally did.
Jesus. That thing existed?
It did. Sadly, it did.
Christ, I forgot all about that. All right.
So how about 2017?
That was so far in 2017. So, I'm going to start off with worst. For me, it's a team that has just kind of done not a lot, kind of there, kind of irritating. Team there! And then, for my best team, is the best team in all the land. It involves a man who is glorious. He is phenomenal. He is the people's champion. He is Derek.
So, do you want to know? Do you want to know a funny story?
My best team.
Do you want to know a funny story?
Derek Club for life.
Because before we went on air, I actually said to Andy, if you nominate Team Derek as the best team and then Team Bear as the worst team, no one's gonna go for it. And then Andy was like, "No, I'm not that predictable." No, Andy, remember that time earlier today when you said to me that you were struggling to think of picks for this award, and so I sent you a list of about 20 teams that you instead elected to ignore because you're a twat.
Okay, do you want real picks?
That would be good.
Okay, my best team is Bullet Club, and my worst team is Team Bear. I don't have a worst team. I don't have a pick. I don't know.
You seriously don't.
I don't know.
Well, feel free to change it as we go on. Why the fuck is Bullet Club your best stable of the year?
Because they were heading along the lines of being really, really stale. And it got to a point where you had Jeff Jarrett in it last year, which was weird. And Billy Gunn.
He wasn't in it. No.
At
Neither of these people were in it last year.
Oh, whatever the hell it was. Basically, they were
You're thinking of 2015 when Jeff Jarrett was in it. Billy Gunn has never been in the Bullet Club.
Which one was he in?
None.
Well, he was in New Japan.
He had 2 matches.
And he was in something.
No.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't. Andrew, do you want to fuck off, mate? Billy Gunn wasn't in a stable in New Japan.
Okay. Anyway, basically, I feel like they've kind of like had this revival of their group, and what they're doing with like being the elite and the matches that they've had, very good.
Okay, so which Bullet Club matches have you seen in 2017?
They had one with the Briscoes.
Yeah, when was it?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. So let me get this straight. You're nominating a group for best stable group of the year.
Derek Club! That is my thing!
Without knowing when any of their matches were or even naming any matches. Yeah. You know, we could all just fuck around for a couple of hours, or we can...
What are you looking at?
I'm just waiting for you to actually fucking respond to anything that I'm saying.
Can I go next?
So
yeah, he's got nothing. Liam, go.
So I'm going to pick a bit of a random one as my best tag team, or stable, should I say, because it is a stable. And it was a team that when they first debuted, I didn't understand them. Their theme song annoyed me, but fast forward, I feel like they've kind of grown into their own, especially because they dropped one member and gained a new one in a very certain big Irish lad. I'm going to have to go with the former NXT Tag Team Champions, Sanity. I've really enjoyed Sanity this year.
Good shout.
I think they've finally got into their own. They've come into full swing. I'm really excited about what they got in the future. I'm interested to see what they could possibly do on the main roster, but with how the main roster has been handling NXT stars, I'm a bit worried that they'll just be broken up. But yeah, I think Sanity has been really, really good, really interesting this year, and I really hope that continues into 2018. My worst team of the year is a team that I think I gave an honorary mention to last year as best tag team. But this year has just been very stale, and they had a really dumb match with the club, and it was really disappointing and stupid. And Rhino was dressed as Mrs. Claus, and I didn't understand it. I'm going to have to go with Heath Slater and Rhino. I just feel like it was a team that I really liked the way they were brought together in like 2016, and then they became the first SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and then they got moved to Raw, and they did nothing. Literally, they did nothing. I'm not wrong. Like, they didn't even break up. They've just done nothing.
Oh, Rhino ate some crackers.
He did. He did eat some crackers.
Oh, well, my fucking bad. Sorry, let's take them off the fucking list then. Let's put them on best tag team. Fuck me, crackers.
Okay,
yes.
I got it. My worst
I'm not done.
My worst tag team is Rhino.
Oh, you said your picks. You said your no. He said his fucking picks. He said his fucking picks. And then I'm going to give 2 honorary awards. These are very honorary awards of best and worst tag teams and stables. The best stable is the Girlfriend Club, which is comprised of Ellie, Janie, and the Wall.
Not a fucking Wall.
The Wall, who is actually named Kim.
Okay.
Get it right.
I'm not getting a Wall.
I have to give the honorary worst team. Well, I'm going to give this to two teams. I have to give this to two teams. I'm going to give
Is
the
one
honorary.
of them the Suplah?
No, close. No, honorary worst team is got to be Team Bearhair.
Yep.
It's about time someone knocks him down a fucking peg. It's about fucking time. But the co-winner as well is Derek Club, because I love Derek, but I don't love Andy. Andy is bringing that team down. If Derek went solo, he would be amazing. He would win every award by himself. Bringing the team down. Derek needs to drop Andy, get somebody else. Maybe
What?
Dragon.
It's Derek Club. Derek.
Yeah, not Andy Club. You don't need to be there, buddy.
So Derek Club is a one-man club.
You're like a wart on Derek's back that just needs to be iced off.
Bit harsh.
Harsh.
Not wrong.
No, I never said you were wrong. I said you're harsh. But true. So you're nominating Team Derek because you have some brain cells, and you're nominating Team Bearhair because you're jealous. That's fine. Okay, Troy says the Suplah Club is the worst. Yeah, cool. Why are you here? You know, you keep saying, "Oh, I nominate the Suplah. Oh, the Suplah is the worst club of the year." You're the one that's in the chat, buddy. Sorry to tell you, but you probably have better things to do with your spare time, but clearly not. Welcome to the club. Ellie says, Girlfriend Club is so magical. Kim says, The Wall, sad face. Look, it's not our fault, all right? I know somehow you're a magical wall that has access to our chat room.
She's not a wall. She's right next to me.
She's a person too. Yes, I know. I can see her in the background. She's looking very pale. You might want to get her fixed up there. Oh, M. Gunter says Titus Worldwide for worst because it's Job Squad 3.0.
I didn't think of that. That's a good one.
I kind of like Titus Worldwide because of how dumb it is and how nonsensical it is and how it just doesn't do anything. I feel like that's just part of the charm for me. It's just like, I'm Titus O'Neil and I'm going to recruit a bunch of random wrestlers. Why? I don't know. Because I am. Ura. I think there's just a magical aura around them. Okay. M. Gunter says also says a Shield for worst because they haven't had matches because of illness or injury. Fair point. Fair point. I will say, as a Shield fan, I am disappointed at their run this year.
Stussy Hi Aku, apologies, I'm really bad with username, says the Zoe Train, which I guess can be a stable.
Yeah, as much as it is just the heels on 205 Live.
Wrong.
I want to give him a name. No, yeah. Troy says, I'm being funny. Okay, so M. Gunter says, so if Kim joins the army, will she be Sergeant A. Wall?
Don't let her join the army because we will become North Korea.
Well, the wall will be knocked down and then we'll just be defenseless.
No, the wall will be used to.
Is she North Korea or is she a wall? We just picked one already.
The supreme leader.
She's a wall who will keep out South Korea. That's the whole point of the wall. It's like that's the thing.
Why do you keep turning around? What are you looking at?
I'm looking at Bobby Heenan being interviewed by Gorilla Monsoon because I've got the network on in the background, just very, very quietly.
Professional.
So my pick.
Sorry, Mr. I'm not like most.
So my picks. Because fuck everything, right? There's been a lot of great teams this year. I'm surprised that no one has said the Usos, because they've been putting on some really good matches with the New Day. Also, in NXT, I'm going to go for a slightly unorthodox pick, and I'm going to say the iconic duo of Billy Kay and Peyton Royce. They've been one of the most entertaining parts of NXT for me personally, just because there's something about them that just really, really works, and they're just super entertaining. Quite attractive, but also super entertaining. Oh, I don't give a shit what the wall says. It's almost as if wrestling is subjective, and you're allowed different opinions. Thanks for letting me know what the wall says.
female wrestlers. I feel the wall is very possessive of you.
Yeah.
You might want to go into a new bedroom, mate. Move into a new flat. That wall is very possessive. It's going to fucking turn into hell from 2001. Do that, Andrew.
The iconic duo are not good.
I can't let you vote for them, Andrew.
Okay, Woofy said for you, so it's okay, cool. But yeah, I think
that reference went out over Andy's head. He's like, "Who's Hal?"
I know what Hal is.
It was the
round thing. It goes
no Hal. I didn't know Hal in 2001. There was no Hal in the Attitude Era. Yeah.
Shallow Hal was a film in 2002, actually. No. Right, I'm funny. Right, I'm gonna.
Right, I'm funny. I swear. Okay. Do you want to flex that muscle at any given opportunity? Because we haven't seen it yet so far. Sanity's good. Authors of Pain are great. Street Profits are bound to be really, really good. But if I had to pick one, Breezango.
We're never going to get anywhere.
Because the Fashion Files are probably the most entertaining part of SmackDown for me, and I've never been... I rarely do I laugh when watching wrestling. I always laugh during their segments. I know they're not greatest in the ring, and the matches they've had leave a lot to the imagination, but I don't know. It's just something about them that I really, really like. Breezango is one of my favorite teams of the year. But, there's the Bar. The Bar are really good.
Hey, we don't set the bar, we are the bar.
I am a bar.
The Bar.
Oh, arm bars. Our bars everywhere. Arm bars.
What bar are the Bar?
How is the Bar? How come their tag team finisher isn't an arm bar? It's like a double arm bar.
Oh my god. One person with two people giving them an arm bar. Their arms would be trapped. How cool of a move would that be? Why is that not a thing?
I don't know if he's being sarcastic or...
No, genuinely, that would be really cool. Like...
Oh, right. I thought you were being sarcastic. I was like, all right.
No, think about it. Both their arms are in an armbar. How do they tap?
They don't. And then they die.
You don't die via this.
You become Mrs. Nesbit. Okay. Who have we mentioned so far? Because there's so many good teams.
I mentioned Sanity as best and Rhino and Heath Slater as worst. Andy nominated Team Derek for best and Team Bearhair for worst.
Okay, I'm going to go with Sanity for best, because their performance in the War Games match was incredible, and the Runners Tag Champs was entertaining as fuck, and I really look forward to what they're going to do in the new year. If I had to fantasy book anything, it would be having the Royal Rumble, and then having Sanity debut in the Royal Rumble match, like all of them, including Nikki Cross, but now that we have a Women's Rumble, that's not going to happen, so... whatevs. But yeah, no, Sanity I'm really impressed with, and I really hope they do well in the future. But in terms of worst, I feel like there's one group that we're all overlooking. And that's fair, because they only showed up recently. I'm gonna have to go with the Riot Squad.
Yeah. Yeah, fair
Fucking
point.
dreadful. What do you do with babyface at heart Ruby Riot? What do?
Right.
You bring her up as a heel. Why? I don't know. Who do you pair her with? Liv Morgan. Why? I don't know. Who do you pair her with? Sarah Logan. Who? I don't know.
And also...
what?
Like, on Raw, they had Paige and two other NXT people debut. What do they do? On SmackDown, they have NXT people debut in a stable.
Not only that. If I would describe a stable of 3 women, with the leader being a dark-haired alternative girl, to her left is a blonde woman, and to her right is a brunette brawler. Which team am I describing?
Paige's team.
Both. They're literally the carbon copy of each other. They're exactly the same.
Oh.
It's. I can tell you what they're doing. I can tell you exactly what they're doing. It's no fucking coincidence, no coinkydink that they've decided to make these 2 factions. And oh, hey, we've got the Rumble coming up, where the Raw and the SmackDown and possibly the NXT and probably Ronda Rousey are all going to come in together, and we're going to have the Riot Tita Squad and the Who they fucking called now?
Absolution.
Absolution. We're gonna have them come together.
What does that mean, by the way? What
NXT
name is that? What does that mean? We're Absolution. What does it mean?
I thought that was a fucking vodka.
It is.
Absolute.
I thought it was a fucking vodka, man.
Absolution. Sponsored by Absolute.
But, right, what they're going to do is they're going to have a face down in the middle of the ring, and people are going to be like, oh my God, it's going to be... Well, this is what WWE thinks is going to happen. Oh my God, it's amazing. It's two factions and two that we never thought they're going to meet. No.
Also,
this isn't DX versus NWO, man. Like, this is just two random teams that have only been around for a month.
Also, Ruby Riotita has fought fucking Sonya Deville in NXT at least twice recently.
Yep, there's the worst group. There you go. We did it.
Riot Squad. And it sucks because they're all good wrestlers. Like, fundamentally, they're all good wrestlers. But, you know, just what the fuck is that booking?
I don't think it should just be Riot Squad. I think we should give it to both because both, like you said, they're carbon copies. So I think it should be both of them.
In the chat, they're fucking booking it like Ellie says, I am the alt girl in Team Girlfriend. And I guess the wall is for Brunette Brawler, right?
For goodness sake.
But Janie,
dye your hair blonde. Just dye your hair blonde, Janie. It'll look totally natural. Won't be any problems with that. So yeah. Riot Squad and Absolution as worst teams of the year, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Makes
they both
sense to me. Sorry, ladies. Do one in the Rumble at least.
It's funny that you went with Sanity because when you mentioned the iconic duo, I was actually going to change my. I was going to say them.
You know what? They are really, really good. And I would have gone with them, but it's because no one even thought of them before. But Sanity is also good. I feel like stables in NXT and tag teams in NXT have been really good this year. It's almost as if NXT know what they're doing and the main roster don't. You were going to say TNA.
I was going to say TNA. Fucking hell.
It's not 10 years ago. They never have known what they're doing. But yeah, no, NXT is really good. They do know what they're
around doing. 10 years ago, they started to go off the rails a little bit. So it's been about 10 years since they went a bit nuts. TNA.
It feels like 50.
Yeah. It feels like they were never good, even though they were at one point.
Who cares? It doesn't fit the narrative. So, what's next? The best story and the worst story. This can be a feud or a storyline or a journey into something else. What has been presented to you in wrestling this year that you think, wow, that's a good story? Andrew.
Okay, here's the thing.
There were no good stories.
I didn't come up
I really like the story of Conor McGregor.
There you go. My one is Conor McGregor.
Do you want to pick an actual fucking answer, dipshit?
Okay, no, here's the thing. I didn't come up with picks for this one. I might have forgotten to pick for this.
We do the show every year. Why? What? Why?
I don't know. Okay, so worst storyline. Jinder Mahal wins the WWE Championship.
That was the best storyline. Okay, what was the worst?
Oh God, no! Wait, I meant worst. Okay, the worst one.
No, he said that was the best.
No.
No, you can't change it.
No, I didn't mean that. No, I'm really sorry. No, please, no, God, please.
No, I'm really sorry, he says.
God, I didn't mean it. No, please. No, God, please.
So what was the worst story, Andrew?
No, the worst one was Jinder Mahal winning the WWE.
You can't vote that best and worst. All right,
I'm sorry, I'm changed.
Here's an idea.
Please.
Okay. Let's ask the wall what he thinks.
She thinks. The wall speaks like a girl.
Okay, what does the wall think?
What does the wall think? Nothing. The wall thinks nothing.
So Andy voted Jinder Mahal's WWE title reign as best.
I didn't mean it. No, I fucked up. No, please, no, God, please, no.
Can you stop yelling into your microphone, please? It's not good to listen to.
Change it.
What the fuck is your best then?
Okay, so my best storyline is Chris Jericho invades New Japan.
Wait, why is there a phone just in the corner of your camera?
That's because there's no one there. So, anywho, So my best is Chris Jericho invades New Japan, and my worst is Jinder Mahal winning the WWE champion, holding it for forever.
Wow, what a train wreck. Okay.
Is the phone gone?
Yeah. I don't fucking care, Andy. Right. Okay. I'm gonna throw out some names here because stories have been rich this year. We've been overlooking Brawl just a little bit. And I feel like Carmine is crying in the background.
Is this an honorary award?
Sure. Honorary award for best story would be myself versus Tony. What a story.
Of course he
and fucking Tony, your boyfriend, Liam.
Yeah, you give it to yourself first. So you didn't go Tony versus me. You went
because I've been beating the shit out of Tony. That's why.
Yeah, you went. I have to give it to myself. Who the fuck are you, Liam Dunn, 2011? Who the fuck are you? No, you're not. Fuck off. Right? Like I give it to myself.
Yeah, I'm you when people actually liked you. Yeah, that's what I am.
No one likes me. Jokes on you. Anyway. Anyway, so and your worst storyline.
Don't have an honorary worst. My actual best story. It's got to be from NXT again because main roster has had some really good stories, but this one for me did it because of how much it surprised me. It surprised me how much it was like just really well thought out and really well done. Aleister Black versus Velveteen Dream. That entire feud with a great blow-off match at TakeOver War Games. Velveteen Dream being leagues above where he should be for his age and his skill set. And of course, Aleister Black being Aleister Black. I just feel like out of all the stories this year, that one has really stuck out as being one of the best. And I've got to go with it because of that. However, for worst, there's a couple here we can choose from. We could choose from Kevin Owens, the face of America.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was really bad. We could also choose Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal.
That was also bad.
But some might say that was the worst, but not me. Not this guy. Because the worst for me has to be, hands down, Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt.
Yes!
It pains me to say that because it started off really good. But as soon as the Rumble happened, it just went to complete shit. And I don't understand why it had to be so bad. Do you think good wrestler plus good wrestler equals good match? No. Good wrestler plus good wrestler equals maggots on the floor and a fridge pinning Randy Orton.
Here's the thing.
Why did it have to happen this way? What the fuck was House of Horrors? What was that?
Like, I'm spoiling my later worst match of the year candidate, but my worst match was their match at Mania because it was just like projections on the floor, and it was scary. It wasn't. It was just the worst thing in history. But for me, the worst storyline it's got to be Jinder winning the belt because that was just atrocious.
Okay, how about Liam?
So I think for my best, I'm going to go with my worst storyline. Actually, I'm going to go with my worst storyline. And I feel like Jinder and his storyline with the WWE Championship, it deserves to be recognized as being bad, but I wouldn't say it was necessarily storyline. The guy was just giving it to him kind of like overnight, and then he had a load of shit feuds that didn't really amount to anything. It wasn't really a story, it was more of a PR stunt. However, if I had to go with actual story, I have two. I'm going to nominate two. Can I nominate two? Is this allowed?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
So, the first one that I'm going to nominate, which I think the phone's in the fucking corner again. The first one that I'm going to nominate.
Magical floating phone in Andy's bedroom.
Oh, it's
hello. Hello.
Look, it's here.
Oh, it's got a hand. It's got a hand attached to it as well. That's weird. So I've got two. The first one is one that we have mentioned previously, and I'm surprised neither of you have mentioned it so far. Jason Jordan being the illegitimate child of Kurt Angle.
Well, hold on. I feel like, yeah, that's bad, but there are good elements to it.
Such as?
Jason Jordan's newly established whiny little bitch character is kind of entertaining in the way that he whines to his dad, quote unquote. And I don't know, I feel like because it's not yet finished, we could technically salvage it by the end.
No,
so I'm willing to.
no.
I'm willing to give it a chance. But
I'm not.
All right.
No, I'm not, because it's clearly not what they intended. They've changed it because the fans aren't accepting it. It was supposed to be. It was clearly he was supposed to be like the next big guys on the main roster, and it's gone totally tits up, and they've had to change it, which is why they've gone with this, because the fans are responding negatively to it. It's gone totally tits up. It's not the way they expected. And then my second worst storyline that I have to go with. It was a shorter storyline than the Jason Jordan one. That's still ongoing. Sam made a valid point in that. This one, beginning and end. The women's Money in the Bank controversy.
Oh boy.
What a fucking waste of time that was.
Yes.
Oh, we're going to have the world's first women's Money in the Bank. And then it's won by James Ellsworth. Now, I don't have a problem with that. A lot of people did, but I thought for a story, it made it quite interesting. I was hooked.
Agreed. I didn't have a problem with it either. I thought it was well executed.
But then, like, 2 days later or 9 days later, they just redid it, and Carmella won, which was basically the result of the previous match. So you gave away a Money in the Bank ladder match for free on television, and it was basically a carbon copy of what happened, just minus James Ellsworth.
And the reason why
Fucking point.
the reason why it was controversial is because of James Ellsworth, right? He's not even with the company anymore. What was the point?
What was the fucking point of all that? You could have took that entire bit out of SmackDown and it wouldn't have changed anything. Nothing of the entire Carmella characterization would have changed. Nothing. It was pointless. I can't vote it worst match because it wasn't a bad match. It wasn't by any standards a great Money in the Bank, but there have been far worse matches. That is why it has to be nominated for worst storyline, because it just made no fucking sense. It was just the same match, just James Ellsworth wasn't involved in the finish. That was it. The same person won. The same person walked out with a fucking briefcase. The same people were in it. It was the same match type. It was absolutely... In terms of best storyline...
Wow.
Glad you got that out of your system.
Thank you. In terms of best storyline, I don't know, actually. I'm not sure. I've got to be honest. There's two. Again, I'm going to throw out two. One's the most obvious one, which has already been mentioned by Andy, which is Kenny Omega, Jericho. I feel that's a bit of a cop-out because that just started sort of November, December time, and the end result didn't happen until the beginning of this year. Yeah, I agree, but I do feel a little bit it was a cop-out because it was leading into a match. Can the phone go away? All I see is the phone in the corner.
No.
Because it's a bit.
The wall talked again.
The wall said no.
Of a cop out because it's like saying that the best storyline of 2017 is Roman Reigns leading into his win at the Royal Rumble, which will lead into his win at WrestleMania. Like the end goal is happening in 2018. Omega Jericho match was. It's a great storyline. But the end point was in 2018. I understand, yeah, that kind of makes my point about Jason Jordan and moot because that's the same fucking things happening. So yeah, I think that's a bit more of a yeah. The other one is Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman.
Oh my god, yes, that's so good. That was such a good story.
I really enjoyed their feud, and I think it was really underrated.
Chair thrown at him.
And also the ambulance thing, Andrew.
Just generally really fun. I just thought it was just generally really, really fun. And I think because for some reason Andy has this fucking vendetta against Roman Reigns. Roman's not great on the mic, but we've said this at least 3 years in a row, right? We understand that. The guy's actually not bad in the ring.
Oh my god, put down your microphone, for God's sake. That's not how you're meant to use them, you dipshit.
I woke up every morning and I went downstairs and the first thing I would see is a Roman Reigns poster. That is enough to drive anyone insane. Then I go into the living room, and there he is again. Roman Reigns.
Why is this a
Right
problem?
there. That's why I hate the guy. Because he was
Why is it a
You've
problem?
hated him for years. You've hated him for years.
It added to it.
Why?
Either way.
I still don't understand why having posters of him in your house up was a bad thing.
Keelan went through the same thing, and he doesn't hate Roman Reigns. I went through the
I
same
could
thing.
go
I
ask
don't hate Roman Reigns.
Should I phone him?
I think Andy is kind of like Andy's convinced. I mean, this is a guy who thought Conor McGregor was going to beat Floyd Mayweather. To be honest, so I don't know why we're trying.
He totally did.
Reason. He was like, "No, Conor's going to win. Why is Conor going to win? Because he's Irish, and I'm partly Irish, so he's going to win." Okay, Andy. Yeah, sure. That's clearly the reason why he's going to win this match in a boxing ring that he's never fucking done before. Yeah, that's why he's going to win this. You know what? I'm going to put worst fucking storyline as Andy Kwan's weird obsession with Conor fucking McGregor. That's going to be this year's fucking worst storyline for me.
I was going to say Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather as worst storyline of 2017.
Actually, can I change my worst superstar to Conor McGregor?
No, you can't do that.
He had some good fights.
Exactly.
But he had one really bad one where he just got the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
He didn't. He didn't.
One punch and he was down. Oof. Embarrassing.
You didn't watch the fight.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fucking great. Look at me. I'll just fucking, oh, look, I'll bang down.
It was like when Enzo entered the Rumble and then Brock ate him.
Literally, I was going to say that. It was the fucking same thing. Enzo was just like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get you, Brock. And Brock just fucking, he rapes him, essentially. He fucking
Well, all right. We're not in 2011. Calm down with those kinds of jokes, Liam.
2017.
Let's read what the chat says. Troy says, they did a parody of... why? Last Jedi. Why are y'all talking about Last Jedi? Is that worst storyline of the year? I don't know. I enjoyed that movie. I thought it was fun. Jesus Christ almighty. Antonio says, Andy is upset that his husband had a chair thrown at him. Yeah, that would upset anybody, I think. I'm not finished with you, says I'm Gunter. Last Jedi. Janie leaves. She says that she loves Liam. Good, I should hope so. Okay. Stussy Hayaku says Raw versus SmackDown was trash. It made no sense, and other than AJ versus Brock, all the matches were bad and had no satisfying ending. Sure. Under Siege. Raw versus SmackDown this year. That could fall on the spectrum of either good or bad. I think some of the segments were good, but overall could have been executed a bit better.
I think it was bad, mainly because I didn't like how they handled all the NXT call-ups, because they were all kind of shat on.
They were. And then randomly, like 1 week, SmackDown and Raw really hate each other, and then as soon as the pay-per-view's over, back to normal.
And also, just, I'm not OCD, but even this annoyed me. Bobby Roode came out in a blue shirt. Shane McMahon, blue shirt. Shinsuke Nakamura, blue shirt. Randy Orton, blue shirt. John Cena, bright green. Like, fucking why, John?
John, you're not representing GFW. You're representing SmackDown.
To be fair, no
sake.
one.
Yeah, no one represents GFW anymore.
Wow, Andy made a fucking funny joke for once.
Wow, it only took nearly 2 hours. Oh, fuck me, we've been going for a long time.
Did it?
Well done. Ellie in the chat says, Roman and Andy forever. True love. I agree. It's like the Mike and Maria Kanellis of this year.
Can we make Andy and Roman Reigns the worst tag team?
Sure.
Honorary worst tag team. They can have honorary worst tag team.
Honorary West Tag Team. Well done, Andy. You won another award this year. Great job.
Yeah! I did it again!
Anyway.
Let's just keep on with
Let's power through all of it. Best story. I said Dream vs. Black, and I gotta stick to it. And Braun vs. Roman. Yeah, Braun vs. Roman. Okay, that'll be my pick.
Andy, out of the three, who are you going with?
What are the three again?
Oh, fucking hell. Braun versus... But I guess, you know
Roman.
what? It doesn't even matter, because by fucking democracy, it wins, so...
Yeah, okay, Braun vs. Roman.
All right,
Yay.
Braun and Roman wins.
Good job. Worst story. I'm still sticking with Orton vs. Wyatt.
Andy, what was your pick?
I'm going to go with that.
Wait, hang on. People are saying worst storyline. Where is Andy? What? I worked really hard on that story.
Oh yeah, I disappeared.
I printed out a poster and I actually put it up outside.
We can give that the honorary best storyline.
Yes,
But
we'll do
people
that.
are saying worst. Why is that bad?
Now fuck the people. We'll be like Trump. Fuck the people.
Yeah, because he's doing so well in the fucking opinion polls, isn't he?
The best.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay, remind me not to write jokes anymore, I guess.
Oh, Sam,
It's
no.
almost as if we're not allowed to do storylines anymore.
Wasn't even a storyline, it was just a funny joke.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Andy had to literally go away for whatever reason.
Ellie said it took over your life, so that's probably why she nominated it.
Fuck off, did it take over my life? It didn't. It just...
Why do I just have this image of like Ellie in bed and it's like 4 o'clock in the morning and she's like, Sam, come to bed, dear. And
I need to find Andy, darling. Gotta find Andy.
Gotta find Andy. Got to print posters. Got to print all the posters.
Got to print just one poster and then position it in 4 different places.
Shh, you're giving the story away.
Oh, kayfabe.
Multiple posters.
Kayfabe. Yeah. So that was a good story. What was the worst story, though? Did we agree?
I'm gonna go with Bray.
Okay. Bray and Orton. Okay, good job. We've been going for nearly 2 hours and we need to fucking just power through the rest of these. Best and worst matches of the year. Andrew, go.
My best match is Tyler Bate against Pete Dunne at that takeover. And my worst one...
Brilliant!
I think, all right, great. The reason why it's my best one is because it actually got like a standing ovation. It wasn't just like finish a kick out, finish a kick out. It was NXT TakeOver Chicago, I have in my notes. Wonderful.
It was.
And my worst match is Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton because of the stupid projections. It was slow, it was boring, it was dull, and it was...
Oh, wait, you mean at WrestleMania, not House of Horrors?
No, the one at Mania was just awful.
Wow, the one at Mania was worse than House of Horrors?
For me, it kind of nearly ruined WrestleMania.
Wow, because the match at WrestleMania was a match.
Hang on. He's fucking lying because he was plastered and he came out and he's like, that was as good as WrestleMania 17.
Yeah, that's what happens when I get drunk. I say everything is as good as WrestleMania 17.
So anyway, mine, I'm going to go with, I think for best match, I'm going to agree with Andy, I'm afraid. Bate versus Dunn was really good. He also has my surname, kind of got to vote for him by proxy. But apparently that's not his real surname, so I don't know why. Just the Suplah making waves. He clearly saw this and was like, that Liam Dunn, that is a great surname. I'm going to steal it.
Someone did.
And then my worst... Yeah. Good. Apparently, he's been arguing with Dave. Things are happening. Meltzer.
Oh, what a man! What a life he must lead now.
I feel at this point, I was just worked into like an angle because, like, I feel like that's just. I don't think he's that much of a dick in real life. I just think his gimmick is just to be an internet troll.
What a shit gimmick.
So yeah, best match is Bate versus Dunn at TakeOver Chicago. Worst match, I'm also going to go with Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. House of Horrors, though, not WrestleMania. I felt the WrestleMania match, whilst crap, not really memorable, didn't really stick out to me. House of Horrors, goodness me, that was just next level shit. I mean, it was fucking dark in the house, and then he shows up at the arena, and it's fucking light.
You want to know my favorite part?
Happened?
My favorite part was when Randy Orton got pinned by a fridge.
Does that mean that
yes, the fridge is currently Universal Champion right now? Well, WWE Champion at least. So AJ, you might want to watch your back because it's going to be AJ Styles versus Bray Wyatt's fridge at WrestleMania.
I'm going to be honest. I would give my money to the fridge. Do you know how fucking heavy those are? You would be able to kick out of that thing.
I picked a fight with a fridge and lost.
Yeah, but you weigh like nothing.
It didn't even fall.
So... No, it didn't. Saying that AJ Styles can drag a good match out of anybody, including human refrigerator Jinder Mahal. So who knows?
Yeah, it would probably really do well with that fridge. Make the fridge look really strong.
But I'm actually gonna throw out a couple of nominations that we've not yet mentioned. New Japan has had some really, really good matches this year. My favorite from New Japan would probably be Okada versus Omega, not Wrestle Kingdom, their match during the G1 Climax, because it was their Wrestle Kingdom match, but it was condensed into about half an hour.
Did
So
you
it was
just
a lot
laugh at
better.
G1 Climax, Liam?
I didn't laugh. I just went.
Climax.
There's a reason why I don't talk about it that much around these two.
We'll change the name because it means spaffing. Like, what the hell?
Fucking hell! He just has to go straight out to it.
Says the man that names every single pay-per-view he's ever made after some form of dick.
That's a good point.
Tell me about Spaffoween or Victory Chode or Bell in a Cell.
Bell in a Cell is a great idea.
It's really not.
Bafflemania.
Yeah. Some other good matches this year. Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania was way better than it had any right to be. There was a match on NXT television where it was Cassius Ohno versus Johnny Gargano, and wow, that was really, really good. That was surprisingly well done. It was recent as well, so if you have a network, go check it out. New Day versus the Usos at Hell in a Cell, I thought was a really, really fun Hell in a Cell match. Probably the most fun I've had with a Hell in a Cell in recent memory. And Asuka versus Ember Moon at TakeOver Brooklyn was... Oh, it was
that
really,
was my
really good.
honorary mention.
Probably best women's match of the year, definitely. But if I had to go with the best match, it probably would be, for the sake of argument here, because you voted for it anyway, Dunn versus Bate.
Yeah.
Because, wow, when I saw them at a Progress show at the end of 2016, I never thought that I would ever see them do as well as they did in WWE. And not just because they're not good, they're great. It's just I never thought the UK thing would ever happen. And I'm glad that it has, because we've been exposed to some really fun matches. And I'm super pleased. And as soon as they actually do a UK show, I'm sure it will be great too. But in terms of worst matches, I'm surprised none of you have mentioned the Punjabi prison match between Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal, where the great Khali came back for one night only, literally stole the belt from Jinder, raised it up, and was like, blah, 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 and then never showed up again. What the fuck was that? There was nothing good about that match except for one of the Singh brothers falling off the prison. And that's neither of the people involved in the match. So, fuck it. It was awful. All of Orton and Mahal's matches were awful. They were all bad. But that was just the worst for me. Randy Orton has had a really bad year, unfortunately. But yeah, there was also the Survivor Series main event, which was good until it became a fucking train wreck when all of the NXT people got eliminated and it was left to Kurt Angle, Shane McMahon, Triple H, and randomly Braun Strowman. Whatever. And Big Show versus Big Cass was also awful, and so was Alexa Bliss versus Bayley in that Extreme Rules match. But it's got to be Punjabi Prison for me. There's no budging on that either.
I'm not budging on mine, I'm afraid. So
just down to me. I will budge because Jinder Mahal's title reign was awful. We've acknowledged that the whole thing was terrible. So we need to give something to Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. Randy Orton's actually had a horrible year. Bray Wyatt and then Jinder. Wow, what a crap year.
Fucking just pick one. Just pick one.
The House of Horrors was awful.
Okay. We haven't said what our picks were for last year in a while.
Ah, fuck's sake. Where did we go? Best story last year was the Broken Hardy family.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
The worst story was Sasha Banks versus Charlotte Flair. Oh, the memories. Oh, the memories.
Yeah.
Best match of last year was Brock Lesnar versus Derek.
Yeah.
To be fair, that was a good match.
That was a phenomenal.
That was a really, really good match.
And it never happened.
It did.
I forgot.
I mean, in a video game it happened, but it never happened in real life. So
a match is a match,
it was the best match of the year by far. By far.
The worst match was Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose. So Brock escaped our wrath this year, it seems.
How did he get both worst and best match?
Because the best match didn't actually happen.
Oh, right, I see. Well, it did, but
worst match did happen.
It was a shit match.
There's that. great. It weren't great. This award, because last year there was a bit of a hoo-ha, a bit of a tiff about promotion and brand meaning different things. We've instead made an award to combine the both of them. So we can talk about Raw, we can talk about SmackDown, we can talk about NXT, we can talk about New Japan, we can talk about Impact, we can talk about Ring of Honor. It is Best Brand. What is the best and worst brands for the year, gentlemen? Andrew.
My best brand. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't watched as much as this brand as I probably should do.
Are you going to nominate the same thing you nominate every year in NXT, Andrew?
Just from the takeovers alone.
Yeah, great.
NXT. And my worst is whatever.
Are you going to nominate the same thing you nominate every single year, Andy, in TNA?
But this is the difference between this year. This year, it went from being Global Force Wrestling.
Yeah, okay, he's nominating the same thing.
Impact
every
Wrestling.
fucking year.
Back to GFW and then Impact. It's just been even worse than usual. To the point where I don't even know what its name is. So I'm going to go with Impact.
He has got a point, to be fair. He has got a point.
They changed the name 3 times in 1 year. They rebranded twice in 1 goddamn year.
3 times.
What the hell?
4 times. 3 times.
Oh,
3 times.
God, it's horrible.
Yeah, fair enough. Best brand for me would be the Big Baller brand because they said the N-word on Raw.
Oh, yes. Yes, I know the reference.
Yeah. Actually, though, this has been tough for me because everyone knows I'm a New Japan mark and New Japan, right?
New Japan.
Okay, mate, you're one with a New Japan World subscription. I'm not. Fuck off. It's tough because NXT this year has been really, 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 really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know which of them to pick because they're both good for really different reasons. New Japan is good because it has insane match quality and all of that good shit, but it's harder to consume. NXT, on the other hand, has such a wide variety of characters that are really, really good. Lars Sullivan, Aleister Black, Velveteen Dream, Iconic Duo, Ember Moon, Kairi Sane, Johnny Gargano, Andrade Almas, Drew McIntyre, Bobby Roode. Just this year for NXT has been incredibly stellar. So I feel like for the first time in a couple of years, I'm going to have to go with NXT as the best because we all know how good New Japan is. And for the years to come, we will continue to learn how good New Japan is. But this year, NXT has just been really, really good. So I got to go with that for best. And also Brawl, because, you know, Brawl is really, really good. And we don't give it enough credit. So there you go. Worst brand. The TNA award. Who does it go to? I wonder. It went to Ring of Honor last year, fun fact. Because it was really bad. Yeah. And I'm going to have to go with Ring of Honor again.
What?
Oh, interesting.
Why?
Because it has become Ring of Honor starring the Young Bucks and all of their friends. That's literally all it fucking is. All of the matches are just flippy spot fests. And yeah,
Jim Cornette, Jesus.
Let me finish, fuckface. Those matches can be fine, but not when it's the entire show. Or the entire show is getting any exposure. Do any of you know who the Ring of Honor champion is now?
Jay Lethal.
No.
Marty Scurll.
No.
Cody Rhodes / not Rhodes because he doesn't have rights to those names.
Close, but no.
The Young Bucks.
I would not be surprised if one day they just come out with a Ring of Honor championship.
Oh, I know who.
Who?
The Peacock Man.
Okay, what's his fucking name, Andrew?
I don't know, Dalton Castle.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly the point. Like, I know Dalton and I know that he's amazing, but no one else does. And that's bad. Because all that Ring of Honor has become is just the Young Bucks show. Also known as Being the Elite on YouTube. It's just, there's so much more they could do with such a great roster as well. They just don't. All they do is just shell out to New Japan like there's no tomorrow. And they put the Young Bucks at the forefront of everything. And I'm just sick of it. I'm just sick of it. And yeah, we know TNA is bad. What else is new?
Yeah, but it's been exceptionally bad, like a new level of bad. They're based in another country now, for God's sake.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying Ring of Honor has some contention here as well. How about you, Mr. Dunn?
So I'm going to give. Well, I mean, it's my best promotion is a bit. It's a bit of a moot point, considering that we know it's going to be NXT.
Glow.
Yeah, actually, to be fair, it was a good show.
Yeah, it was really good, but
a good show. Honorary shout out to Glow. But I was going to go with NXT anyway before anybody said anything. So NXT wins best promotion. For worst promotion, yeah, TNA slash Impact slash GFW slash Impact again has been really bad. But I feel because of their issues, they have stayed within people's interests as to what is going on. So I can't feel like I don't feel like I can nominate them because of that. Because yes, they've been bad, but they've kind of been, it's been such a car wreck that I've been interested. There's been one brand that I just don't watch, don't care about, just think it's a bit of a waste of time. And I think the people on it also think it's a bit of a waste of time. At least Neville might agree with me here.
Oh.
205 Live.
Oh, fuck.
That is a brand that has now just become, hey, look, it's Enzo Amore because we broke up Big Cass and Enzo and we have nothing else to do with him. And oh, the crowd's turning on him. Let's make him a heel and make him really, really, really annoying. And here's a bunch of other guys that we hired from the Cruiserweight Classic, but they don't do anything. Like Noam Dar. He's in the background. Do you remember him? No, he's the creative.
You know what's bad? You know what's really bad? I forgot that 205 Live was a brand.
Wow.
And that is why I'm voting it worst brand.
I'm now going to change my pick just because I forgot they existed.
I'm going to change my pick as well because even though they have Drew Gulak, who is funny as fuck, man, I forgot it was a brand. I just forgot that it existed.
TNA may have changed their name several times.
But at least we know it exists.
Yeah, like I forgot 205 Live was a thing. Jesus.
Oh my god.
That's horrible. 205 Live.
Liam, thank you. I totally forgot. Holy shit. And Neville has been good as well, but fuck me, I forgot it was a brand. I forgot it was a brand. Who does that? I'm having a crisis here. I feel like I've just been reminded of something. Oh, there you go. 205. It's not really a contest anymore.
There we go.
Fuck me. Wow, that was really bad.
Yeah.
2 more ones left, everybody. We're in the home stretch.
Who won Best Brand last year? I'm intrigued.
New Japan. Because it's happened all the time because me and Carmine vote for it and then it becomes the party default. So there you go. But yeah, no, NXT wins this year.
Woofy put, yeah, actually, I'm changing my pick to 205 Live. I think everyone forgets 205 Live is a thing.
Yeah, let's have a read of a chat before we do the other categories. Ellie says, I keep thinking of 5 Alive and now I miss it.
Is that a
No, it was a drink, I think. What is 5 Alive, Ellie? Please let me know. I don't fucking know.
It's like Mountain Dew or something, and it was Sprite.
I thought it was a TV.
I'm pretty sure it's a drink.
Oh, it is a drink.
Yeah.
I thought it was a TV show. It was made by the Coca-Cola company, like every other drink.
This is what happens when a non-wrestling fan watches a show about wrestling. They talk about soft beverages. Stussy Hayaku says, most of the wrestlers on 205 competed for world titles when they were on the independent, and it's sad to see where they are now. Yeah, you know, it's just really sad to think about who's on there and how little they're fucking doing in the grand scheme of things. Troy says, I shaved my body. Good for you, man.
Coca-Cola has got on their website how we're helping you enjoy less sugar. Even they know
that's true.
Yeah. Apparently, it's still a thing. Oh, but is it American?
I think
it might be American now. Sorry, I've gone into a Wikipedia hole now. My bad.
Yeah, maybe get out of it. Yeah, everyone's saying TNA's bad. TNA's really, really bad.
You remembered it was a thing!
At least we know it exists and it doesn't fall out of our fucking heads. But yeah, There we go. So that leads us to the best moment of the year. Was there ever a title win or just a really like specific point where you were just like, this is really good?
I know. So
yes, son, what is it?
So at WrestleMania, a team returned, and Liam, in his drunken wisdom, went completely apeshit.
I went completely apeshit in my sober wisdom when this happened.
Yeah, I don't regret it. I mean, I think I was fucking right to be apeshit, even sober, drunk, whatever. It was it was the Hardys. Come on.
Yeah, no one expected this to happen. So for me, my moment of the entire year, from a personal level, just to have all my friends sat at this table who like wrestling and was marking out at the same time. It was a beautiful moment. The Hardys returning. That's the moment of the year. From a personal level.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I have to agree with him just really quickly because there's no point coming to me later. I agree with him. I'm going to go with the Hardys return because I even when I was sober, I went back and rewatched it and it gave me goosebumps. Like they became one of the hottest fucking groups in wrestling, a team that has been around since 1997, and people they loved back in the Attitude Era, and then they kind of forgot because they went off and did their own thing, and then suddenly they became shit hot again. And then there was issues. You didn't know if they were going to go to WWE. They said they were happy in Ring of Honor, and then they were in
Ring of Honor the night before.
Yeah, the night after they dropped the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles, they show up at fucking WrestleMania and win the Raw Tag titles.
The fuck?
I mean, that was just amazing. No one expected that. No one expected that. And that's something finally did right because they tried to keep Batista a secret, and it would have been amazing if he came back and won the Rumble, but then that was leaked. And they're so shit at keeping secrets, and this was the one time where they fucking did it. And then the New Day came out and it's like, we're adding one more team. And they start slowly walking down the ramp, and you think, part of me was like, it's going to be the Hardys. And then when they started walking, I was like, oh no, maybe it's going to be New Day. And then the Hardys, I'm not going to do an Andy and try and recreate it because I can't.
Fucking shut up. Thank you.
And I thought it was even, I mean, yeah, I went batshit when I was drunk, but I would have gone batshit when I was sober.
I went batshit and I was sober, so there you go. I was a Jeff Hardy mark when he was in his peak, so to see him back, it's like, whoa, mindfuck.
For me, it was kind of like this year's version of AJ Styles showing up at the Rumble. Like, it was something that you just didn't quite expect. It's something you couldn't quite believe just happened. And it was like is this actually happening sort of thing? Maybe they kind of dropped off a little bit afterwards, especially when they dropped the Raw tag titles. But, I've said it's not their fault. WWE's just wanted to do the broken/woken thing, and they couldn't because of legal issues. Now that's not stopping them. So now they're going with it. But Jeff's injured, so.
It'll be good when he comes back, let's say that. But there's been a couple of good moments this year. One that really, I think I'm going to remember for the rest of my life is when Braun Strowman tipped over the ambulance.
Yeah.
Like, that entire segment was fucking incredible. Like, I'm not finished with you! And then he flips him off while he's on the stretcher. It's like, fuck, this is great. It was just really, really good, really fun. And it's something I'll always remember. But AJ Styles winning the WWE title from Jinder. Never thought it would happen. Totally happened. Totally marked out. Don't even care. Happiest moment in November for me.
Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, that was a good moment.
Yeah.
Especially when he was in England. The first time. That was the first time that the WWE Championship has changed hands outside of North America, by the way. Historic.
Major history-making moment. That's really good as well. At the start of the year, Tyler Bate won the UK tournament, and everybody, myself included, thought it would be Pete Dunne. But it was such a feel-good moment to see Tyler Bate, the 19-year-old, win the UK Championship. That was such a feel-good moment for me. Because I saw him like a month earlier in Progress as well, so it was extra weird. But yeah, that was a really good moment too. And in Brawl, Keelan Balderson winning the Jobber Championship after going on a 10-match lose streak was pretty funny and incredible. So, yeah. I know none of you remember anything that happened in Brawl this year, but just a shout out.
I remember.
I remember.
I
I
teamed
remember.
with Dragon Dragon. I remember. I teamed with Dragon Dragon, and then I think Andy kicked my team out. Was that Andy?
No, you beat him in the big strong boy fight.
Oh, good. Excellent. Somebody
Yeah.
kicked me out. I wasn't happy.
You lost to the
Fucking-
inferior lazy pals.
And then fucking Sam won 3 matches in one night, fucking Roman push style. Gotta keep Sam strong.
I'm just really good. I'm just really good, and you're really not. Deal with it.
Keep Sam strong.
Yep.
He's got to win all the belts.
Yep. All of them. You gonna stop me? No, didn't think so.
Oh, sorry, I'm distracted by doing something more interesting than talking to you.
Oh, brilliant! Well done, mate. It's not like we've been friends for 4 years.
Friends, I say acquaintances, work colleagues.
You still owe me money, by the way. Let's read the chat. People are wanting us to hug. Why? Why would we hug? We're clearly not friends.
We are friends.
Shut up. Troy says, Sam, you think you're funny, but you're not. Troy, you think you're relevant, but you're not. Chris Jericho challenging Omega at Wrestle Kingdom is a moment of the year, according to Woofy. Yeah. Pretty fucking surprising. Never thought that would happen either. Totally happened. Mind blown when it did happen. But one moment for me is there's got to be the Hardys. I have to agree. Just such a feel-good moment to see them back home.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, there we go. So,
it.
this award didn't exist last year, so this will be a first.
Wonderful, yes.
And now, the final award, everybody.
Everyone's like, thank fucking God.
I know.
It's been going on too long. Stop.
Too long. It's because we talk too much. Personal favorite of mine. We had to change the name because Andy got scared, but never fear.
What's the original name?
Dickhead of the Year. But it is now the Douche of the Year. Pretty self-explanatory, really. Who's the biggest asshole of the year? Who's the biggest dickhead of the year? Who's just who do you really hate?
Let Liam go
Yes.
Me first.
Liam go first.
Okay. All right, Liam.
Because I was gonna, the person that I'm gonna nominate, I actually wanted to nominate. I actually wanted to name this award after this individual. This was a man that co-founded a company about 15, 16 years ago with his father. Didn't do much and was kind of a play on a pornographic term. And then suddenly it kind of became good. They had some really good talent in their company and it kind of took off. And then they hired too many big names who thought they owned the place and the company went downhill. The guy then opened a pyramid scheme. So he was a douche and it was all in the past. This is 2017 and we thought things might change. This man started his own company back in 2015, 2016, another wrestling company, and then he got brought in to Impact Wrestling. To Impact Wrestling. People thought, yes, this is it. This is how we're going to change it. They shed the name TNA because of the previously mentioned pornographic terminology, and they just became Impact Wrestling. But then he thought, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to merge my two companies together, and it will be called GFW Impact. And then he strikes up a conversation with ITV over here, and he says, hey, we really like this idea of World of Sport that you did that one time on New Year's Eve. We want to help. We're going to bring it back, and you can use some of our talent to promote it. And then the guy, alcoholic, and the GFW folded. World of Sport went absolutely nowhere. Impact had to fucking rebrand. And it just turned into an absolute fucking mess. Long story short, my nomination is... Well, you all fucking know. I don't even need to say the name.
My world.
Dixie Carter.
Yeah, Dixie Carter.
Oh, no way, it's Jeff
fucking
Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett. Jeff
Yeah.
Jarrett. The man that looked like he was promising everything and delivered nothing. Absolutely. And he did really, overall, more harm than good. He created pointless feuds and championships and moments in TNA that mean nothing. To the point where TNA had to fucking do what they considered a reboot. I mean, the company was shit, and we said it needed a reboot, but not like that. That's the worst way to do a reboot. That was the fucking textbook way not to do it. It was so, and it was all because, and I'm particularly annoyed because Jeff Jarrett. This is the reason why I'm really annoyed, because Jeff Jarrett screwed over World of Sport. Right? That in turn meant that the WWE UK division got screwed over. That in turn meant that Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, Mark Andrews, Joseph Connors, Wolfgang, whatever, T-Bone Tyson, they were all screwed out of a potential new television. We were all screwed out of a potential new UK-only show. Television that could have pushed some of these guys to being big star names that could go over to America and be on the main roster. Jeff Jarrett did so much fucking harm, and people don't realize how much harm he did. Fuck him. My rant over.
I have an alternative proposal. Now, this
Alternative facts.
This man was in a relationship with someone, and he left WWE, proceeded to complain all the time about WWE, was maybe intoxicated, I don't know. It was on TMZ.
Probably was.
What do you want me to do? But it got to the point where they may have created some sort of relationship that may have been a bit toxic, and it may have gone a bit downhill. He's not very interesting, in my personal opinion. I don't like watching his matches. And for some reason, said Impact, GFW, TNA, OWL promotion seemed to continue to promote this man. Even there were allegations during the year.
Of domestic violence.
Yes. My person is Alberto El Patron.
You know what?
Weird delivery.
I don't know.
I totally agree.
Ah!
But I have other nominations because there's a couple of people here who we haven't mentioned. Anthem for potentially ruining the Broken Thing before it even started. Thankfully, the Woken Thing is on track to being popular still, which is good. But did they really have to just get their dick wet at the thought of holding it off from appearing in WWE for how many months?
As
7?
long as possible. As
8?
long as possible.
But if they had their way, it would never happen in WWE. But because the ensuing legal battle happened for so many months to the point where they literally couldn't afford to do it anymore financially, you could have just not bothered. It was going to happen one way or the other. It just would have happened either next year or this year. Either way, you're a bit of a dick for doing that, Anthem. It's not your IP. Matt Hardy clearly thought up the entire thing with Jeremy Boratt, so fuck you. What the fuck were you even doing? Also, bit of a curveball. We all know that Paige has had a rough year, yeah?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Del Rio played a part in that. But, hypothetically speaking, this person, we don't know who they are, but someone did do it. I think the biggest douche of the year is whoever leaked Paige's somewhat intimate scenarios.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Because
Let's go with him.
Fundamentally, like, doing that is wrong. And of course, it will always be wrong. However, this particular thing happened twice in 2017, once in the middle of the year and once towards the end of the year. Thankfully, the second wave wasn't as highly reported, but the first wave practically ruined Paige for several people, to the point where the UK tabloids still describe her in the headlines as sex scandal WWE star Paige. It just completely fucked her over, and it was totally unnecessary. And yes, I understand Andy has constantly made the point that, oh, you shouldn't film yourself doing those things anyway, but people should be free to film themselves doing that if they really want to. Someone shouldn't be putting them online against their will. That's the reprehensible act here, not the act of doing it. I mean, yeah, jizzing on the belts was a bit much, but, you know, out of sight, out of mind, right? But my point being, whoever did that clearly did it out of spite, out of pure venom, and they didn't need to do it at all. It was completely unnecessary, and it could have potentially ruined the career of a promising young upstart like Paige.
Oh,
So with that being said, whoever opened to delete Paige's intimate videos.
Depressed, she didn't go out and talk to people. She considered committing suicide. Like, this guy nearly drove a young woman to death because of this.
Yeah,
and
it's awful.
Yeah, I actually think out of everybody, he deserves this douchebag. I don't. You know what? No, he doesn't deserve douchebag of the year award because Jarrett was a douchebag. Somebody like Alberto Del Rio was a douchebag.
Someone like Sexy Star who intentionally broke someone's arm, Rosemary's arm, because the match didn't go the way she wanted. She's a bit of a dickhead.
But this guy, he's not a douchebag. He is pure evil. He is pure evil personified as a person. I don't think that's forgivable. I think something that a douchebag does can be forgiven in the long run. That's my idea. A douchebag, I call Andy a douchebag, but I wouldn't call this gentleman a douchebag. I'd call him the scum of the fucking earth. To be honest.
Temporary new honorary award called Cunt of the Decade.
Cunt of the fucking century.
Which previously went to Liam Dunn in last decade, but...
That's fair enough. That's understandable.
Nevertheless, yeah. And, okay, people in the chat are going crazy. Let's fucking go to town here, shall we? Troy says, then don't leave him on the phone. You completely missed the point. People should be allowed to do whatever they want in their sexual experiences. It shouldn't be leaked online by another person. End of story. That's bad. You can do whatever you want, that's fine. But having people leak it is the evil act here, not the fact that they recorded it in the first place.
No, recording it is not the problem. There is a legitimate thing that is, it's a crime. It's a crime, and it's called revenge porn. And that's what that is, where you essentially take the personal pictures and videos that a girl or yourself or a couple have done, and you post it online without their consent. And most of the time, even without their knowledge that it's happened, and they find out like you find out. Imagine that. Imagine. I'm sure people here have sisters or cousins who are female. Imagine finding that, reading it online, that a picture of your sister or a video of your sister performing a sex act is online for everyone to see.
It'll be on there forever and ever and ever and ever.
Never going away.
On there forever. There's no way to get rid of it. That's heartbreaking for you. Imagine how bad that must feel for them. And I have to say sister, because a lot of us are guys here, and no one wants to view my like, if I had a video, no one's going to want to see that.
Think about it this way. A majority of these videos also involve Brad Maddox and even Xavier Woods randomly. Have they been dogged in the press? No, because they are men, and it's a different world. Not only was Paige a victim this year, Charlotte was a victim, Maria Kanellis was a victim, Caitlyn, remember her? She's also a victim. It's happened to several wrestling talents, and it's just not acceptable in this day and age.
No, but it seems to have hit Paige worse.
Because it happened to her twice, and it was the most heavily reported on thing entirely. So,
but I think, Troy said people have people have sisters who are porn stars.
They're choosing to do that as a fucking profession.
Yeah, they consent to their videos being online because they get paid for it. Like Andy said, it's their profession. Posting videos of your sister without her saying anything. She doesn't even know. She's finding it on the internet like you are. It's not the same thing, Troy. Sorry. I don't mean to fucking have a go at any of our fans here, but I'm sorry. That was the dumbest fucking comment I've ever read. That's the dumbest comment of 2017, 2018, 2016. That is ridiculous, Troy. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry, but that was an absolute... Paige isn't a porn star. That's a ridiculous comment.
That's the thing. She's a wrestler. And also...
If she was a porn star, no one would say anything because everyone would go, she's a porn star. That's what they do. They have sex.
That's the point.
This just in, Karen. Nude photos of Mia Khalifa have been leaked online. Drew.
Oh, guys!
Already were online.
Oh my god, I feel so bad for insert porn star's name here.
He fucking knows porn star names.
He knows Ace Akira and Lexi Bell. Don't pretend you
Oh,
don't.
Troy said, but they have family out there. He spelled there wrong. Jackass, so fuck off Liam. I'm not even going to rise to it. He's trolling. He's genuinely trolling. And
Talk about missing the point.
I'm sorry, Troy, but I've never said this to one of our listeners, but that you can just fuck off because that.
Okay, so anyway.
No. We're not bypassing that because he's not getting it. He's either being a troll or he's an absolute fucking idiot. It's one of the two. I'm sorry. And the fact that you're trying to defend these people that have done this to Paige is it's disgusting. It's reprehensible. How are you trying to justify this?
No, yeah, it's totally Paige's fault.
I don't want you listening to this show if this is what you think. I want you to go away. Turn this off now. We don't want you here. Sorry, I'm just saying that now.
I mean, I would have reacted this way for him voting for Suplah as the worst group of the year, but hey, I feel like this is more justified.
Yeah.
I think this is way more justified. And now telling me to go fuck off to the movies. How is that even a fucking insult? I don't understand how that's an insult, Troy.
Yeah, Liam, go work on the Avengers again. That'll
go
you.
Go do your job, Liam. Go on a film set, Liam. Yeah, okay, all right, I will.
Go and do a thing you're actually paid for.
Yeah, all right. Brilliant.
Go work on the new Jurassic Park movie.
I wish I was. I can confirm I'm not.
Oh, well.
I wish I was.
Well, that took a fucking weird turn. So we'll go with the person whoever leaks these nudes.
Why is it always the one award every year that always sets people off? Why is it always just the last award we ever do in the show that just gets people incited and makes people want blood? Oh my god, please don't pick up the microphone. I'm sorry.
Who won it last year?
No one, because it didn't exist.
Oh, this is the first time we've done it.
Yes, it's to replace that other award we stopped doing.
Oh, yes, that one.
Yes, right.
The one that was really annoying. Yes.
Anyway.
It's been more fun.
It's been a long show. It's been 2.5 hours. Thank you for your support and thank you for watching us throughout this entire year. But before we go, it's time to predict some things for the coming year. Let's barrel them out now. Andrew.
Let's see.
I mean, I already have my predictions ready to go if you want me to go first.
Yes, you go first.
Okay, so I have 3 predictions. Last year I only gave 1. I feel like this year I can give 3. And I feel like they can all come true, so listen up. In New Japan, it's been getting a lot more Western exposure, so I feel like we're allowed to predict things in that company and it will be relevant in the years to come. But I think Kenny Omega will win the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Okada has been on a roll and he has held it for over 500 days and he's beaten everybody. But I feel like it will be time for Omega to take it from him this year. And you can hold me to that. Also going to predict that Rusev, a man who is over as fuck right now with the whole Rusev Day thing.
It is Rusev Day.
Today is Rusev Day, by the way. Happy Rusev Day.
I
feel like... Thank you, says the wall. Sadly, this is going to be one of my downer predictions. I think that he will not amount to anything in the coming year, despite how over he is right now. Think back to 2017 and how over Luke Harper was at the start of that year. He was getting big face pops. People were chanting, Luke, 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 when he was potentially going to be in the main event of WrestleMania. What does he do now? Walk around with a giant fucking hammer. Yeah, that worked out brilliantly for him, didn't it? No. So sadly, I think Rusev will not amount to anything in the year of 2018. And finally, you have a prediction that I wrote down. It will be the year of Johnny Gargano. He will become the new Sami Zayn. He will be the new underdog babyface. He will be the new Daniel Bryan. He will be the one that everybody loves to see. He will be the biggest underdog in WWE. And he will eventually get a massive win at some stage. Be it the NXT Championship, be it a championship on the main roster. I really feel like this year Johnny Gargano will become the star, the big underdog in WWE.
Liam, go.
So I think we're going to have a major surprise in WWE. I think they're going to sign somebody. I don't know who. I'm not going to say names, There's a bit of a cop out in terms of predictions. I don't think it's going to be Kenny Omega, but I think somebody is going to either come back to the WWE or an indie darling who is massively smoking red hot. Not in that way, white hot. That's the phrase I meant.
They aren't chili peppers, Liam.
They aren't chili peppers. I think somebody's going to go to WWE. We've had that twice so far. I think that I'm not saying it will be at the Rumble. I'm not saying it will be at Mania. Something will happen. I mean, if you want to say also, you know, Goldberg returning, who would have thought something like that? Kurt Angle returning, who would have thought something like that? Something you never thought would happen is going to happen. Something's going to happen that you didn't think. Jason Jordan might win the WWE title, the Universal title. Fuck it. I'm going to say that.
Wait a minute,
Jason Jordan's going to win the Universal title.
What?
Wow, bold, big if true. I'll be really fucking surprised if that does happen. But hey, way to predict something out of the ball.
I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with that because I feel like if they're going to build him as a bad guy, then this is the only kind of. Otherwise, there's no end game. There's no end game, and it's
imagine if he's the one to beat Brock Lesnar instead of Roman Reigns.
Fucking, you know what? Honestly, I'd actually mark out if he won the Rumble because I'd just be like, "Wow, I actually thought."
No,
Roman
not
was
even.
gonna win it.
Like, Roman fights Lesnar at Mania, doesn't win, and then the next night on Raw, Jason Jordan wins. Imagine,
Cleanly.
imagine. That would be amazing.
So yeah, I think something that we don't expect is going to happen. I think Jason Jordan is going to win the Universal title. Oh, what else? I think that 205 Live is not going to be expanding. I think, if anything, there's a chance that it could be on the chopping board, especially with the latest numbers of the tour. They've actually cancelled one of the shows, as we mentioned at the beginning of this show. This way out. And I think we might see a major star fall out with WWE as well.
Interesting.
I have 5 predictions.
Funnily enough, Stussy Hayaku says the same thing in the chat. My prediction is that a big star will walk out on WWE this year. Interesting.
Yeah.
Woofy has a couple of predictions. Omega wins the IWGP title. The Balor Club all turn heel and kickstart a storyline against Roman Reigns. Rusev gets a small mid-card push, and Drew McIntyre returns to the main roster. Interesting. Some varied picks in there. I'd be very surprised to see if any of those happen. Andrew.
I have 5 predictions.
Why the fuck do you have 5? We're so
Number
close
1,
to the end.
The XFL will come back.
It's not really wrestling. Not really wrestling.
I like how you always give like the wildest predictions.
That's Andy going like, I predict Donald Trump to make a tweet. Like, okay, but it's not wrestling. But okay.
Number 2, Kenny Omega will debut in WWE.
I think that's more. I think that's a bigger. That's a bolder statement than me putting Jason Jordan as the Universal Champion.
Definitely.
Daniel Bryan will leave the WWE.
Oh, interesting. That could actually happen as well.
Yeah, I said my prediction.
Daniel Bryan will go and wrestle in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had one more and I forgot what it was.
Brilliant.
Wait, no. Wait.
I mean, we're waiting, Andrew. TikTok.
How long did it take here, buddy?
Don't rush me! I panic.
It's not like we've been doing this show for 2.5 hours now.
Fuck, it's gone. Never mind.
He'll think of it.
Why? Why do you always make sure that the end of every show we do is just the most awkward fucking thing in the entire world, Andy? Why is that always your job? Why have you taken it upon yourself to do this? Well, fuck it, all right? We've been to Suplah. We've had a good year, I think. Maybe we'll continue until the end of the year. Maybe we'll just die halfway through. Who knows? You'll never know with us. It might be a fun year. Let's see what happens.
So, I have been Andy Kwan. And I'm going to plug everything we do. Yeah. So, we have Suplah.com, which is a website which you can go find articles, and the Broadcast, which is a podcast that has nothing to do with wrestling. You're sick to death of wrestling by now. Also, go to Suplah Gaming. We have a gaming channel where we play video games. Isn't that fun?
And only I edit the fucking streams.
Also,
which is why there hasn't anything up there.
Damn it! Follow us on social media. You can follow us on...
Help me edit the streams!
Yeah, you can follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram and any other social media. We're probably on it. We have a store which you can buy clothes on redbubble.com/people/the Suplah. And finally, we will be back. Don't know when, probably next week sometime, for another episode of the Suplah, which you can find on this channel. I have been Andy Quad.
You know what to do.
And that's Sam.
Yeah.
And that was Liam. That was Liam done.
Yeah. You know what to do, Andy, to end the show.
I'm not turning off the lights.
He fucks up the intro, he fucks up the outro. Get the wall to turn off the lights.
What?
You know what to do, Andrew. This is how we end every live show now.
I'm not turning off the lights. Do you know how many lights have gone on?
Yes. Turn them off.
God damn it. Do you mind if I turn off the lights?
Don't care what the wall thinks.
No,
just turn them off.
Don't go and turn it off. No, don't go along with it. Oh, for God's sake. Jesus. Oh, there's another light. No, I turned the wrong one off. Are you off the air yet?